guys, welcome to Ion Radio. I'm Ken, and
I'm John.
There's John. Welcome to Ion Radio, our live stream for GenCon 2020. We just finished watching the FFG live stream for Star Wars Armada, and they gave us a couple things to kind of talk about today. Not a bunch, but I think we've got a little bit we can talk about today, and then we'll kind of just play with it as we go. And then, of course, we're going to go into a battle report. And today's battle report is going to be, we kind of themed out a little bit. So we have the Battle of Adelon. I'm going to be using Sato again, and you're going to be using Thrawn, I think?
Correct.
So we'll get more on that in a minute. So
let's talk about the live stream.
I agree.
It left me wanting even more.
I'm completely with you there, John. They gave us a good tease. I don't think we really got a lot. Points rebalance. Yeah, you know what? I think there's going to be... They mentioned that there was a few cards. We'll talk about that in a second. Kind of a mini recap of what we saw. And then, we'll be answering questions that you have in the chat as well. But welcome, everyone. So, first of all, those models look great.
Yes, they do.
I'm really looking forward to getting those in my hands. I don't want to really wait 5 months. Well, 4 now, because we're end of July, so August, September, October, November, December, 4-ish. So hopefully we'll get those before Christmas time. That'd be great. But the models look great. Looking forward to that. New baseball card, the standard squadron size, I guess, for all the ships. They talked a little bit about like clones and transports, stuff like that, in terms of it being keywords on ships. And I think that was kind of interesting to me to see how they're kind of changing things up a little bit.
Yeah. So from what I saw, just with the things that they released in the stream, I took a couple pages of notes. So the V-19 had a speed of 3, hull of 5. Its anti-squadron is red, blue, blue, and its anti-ship is blue, and it has escort and swarm for 12 points. So it kind of reminds me of an X-Wing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also talked about the Vulture droid, which has that new AI anti-squadron ability, which I think is going to be a pretty interesting ability. It's kind of like a TIE Fighter. It has 4 speed, 3 hull. Its armament against squadrons is a blue and a black. And then it had, I think that's an R. Was it red?
Is this the
Vulture?
The Vulture. Hang on, I'm pulling it up right now.
I took fast notes, so my handwriting's horrendous.
And let's see. And I'm skipping around here. Come on, Kenneth, you can do better than this. Keep talking, yeah.
So its swarm and costs 8 points, so that's kind of like a TIE Fighter. So it kind of seems like the Republic is kind of taking on like the squadrons of the Rebels, but then it has like the giant big ships like the Empire, and the Separatists are having more of that swarmy type of feel. I'm excited about this anti-squadron being able to add a die, is what they said, into your attack. So if you're starting with a blue and a black, you have a lot of versatility to pick what you need against certain squadrons. If you need that blue dice for that accuracy against ace type squadrons, you can get that. And if you needed just pure damage, just throw in that black dice because you're more likely to get a hit.
So apparently you have, it's a requirement to have the legible writing with your scratch notes real quick.
You want to see it? I mean, it's horrible. It's pretty bad. When I start speed writing, I stop writing words, and it's like, that's a letter, that's kind of a letter, and then that's a line. So,
but he can read it. I can't decipher it. So anyway, by the way, if sound is coming in at any point weird, let us know, and we'll adjust as we can.
Yep.
But I'm assuming we sound good.
Okay, let's see, what else do they talk about that I thought was cool? They showed off the reactive gunnery card, which is a defensive slot. I don't know how I feel about that, because defensive slots are super important, but being able to spend any token to get the salvo effect. I actually really like salvo. I think yesterday. Spoiler for yesterday's stream if you haven't watched it. I think I ended up using salvo to kill 2 of your squadrons off.
My squadrons got killed because of reactive gunnery. That's kind of neat in terms of how that works out. I like the fact that you essentially get to resolve a salvo without needing to have the salvo token. And that little, it looks like it's actually an exhaust symbol. I don't think they actually said that during the stream, but they really alluded to it. I don't remember.
It's like the square with
little
the
square
double
arrows.
thing. I think they said that was exhaust compared. Hold on, I have it in my notes. Compared to, they also showed off that new card, munition resupply.
Mm-hmm.
That one was an exhaust with a cost. So that's what the red bar on the left side of the card they said is. You have to spend something to unexhaust it, and it just had kind of like that Legion.
It was
style,
the Legion arrow, yeah.
Arrow to the side.
So what it seems to look like, based on what we see here, is that if it's the one arrow, it's in this red little box, and then you have to spend something to be able to unexhaust it.
Yes.
Versus the double, which is just at the end of the status phase, you get it back.
Well, I think he actually said command phase.
See, that's the thing that kind of messed me up a little bit, because usually when we deal with cards, and during the status phase is when everything comes back. And
so what you're saying is they may have given us more information than they wanted.
I'm wondering if they gave us, maybe that's part of the rules change, or maybe he misspoke. I don't know. But that is a question that I would love to have answered, and now I'm really dying to get my hands on those new rules.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's worth giving up Bomber Command. Don't know yet. That's going to really depend on what they decide to do, if anything, to Bomber Command.
So, also interesting, they were talking about, I think they skipped over a lot of the, you can't glean as much information from the cards that they showed about the Republic, but I feel like I got a lot of information about the Separatist ships.
Mm-hmm.
So they talked about the comms frigate and then the star frigate for the Munificence, and I obviously was paying attention because I love that ship. So it looked like the Munificence are going to have 4 shields in the front and 3 on the side, with 6 hull. And then the armament that they showed for that ship was 3 red dice on the sides, 2 red dice and 2 blue dice on the front, and then it has that amazing weird, the arc is even... Here, hold on. The arc comes in to the front, so it's not even at the corner. It's
almost
the front.
Looked kind of like the Onager's super arc, and where it doesn't really go to the corners or outside, which is kind of unique for Armada. It makes those side arcs huge, because now you're able to really flak fire out the side and do some serious broadside. That we're looking for. I'm looking forward to it. Hello, Ed. So yeah, it's going to be some interesting stuff, I think.
Yeah, and then the other thing that was interesting, again, I feel like they spent more time talking about the Separatist ship, is the hard cell, or the eggshell, as Ken likes to call it. They said there was a battle version, and then there's a fleet support version. And the fleet support actually had a fleet support slot, CommsNet, or you could even put a bomber command, putting that actually on an actual ship is going to change the game instead of a flotilla.
No, I agree. That's going to change things. Now you have something that can hit hard.
Yes.
That you're going to be able to leverage some fleet support. Well,
I mean, harder than a Gazanti, and definitely harder than a transport
how about
with no
something
weapons.
John's going to hit hard with, and something that I'm going to cry about later. But,
So what will be interesting with that, though, is one of the reasons why I feel like CommsNet works for Gazanti is it doesn't care what it's doing. So you can just toss your dials away.
Hi, Andy.
But a ship that actually needs to have its dials because it's actually a ship, it will be interesting to see if you actually want to take CommsNet on it, because you're going to need your dial. So that will be interesting to see. And then let's see what else.
They did tease some point changes.
Didn't. Well, so they gave us Leia.
They gave us Leia.
Leia, 28 points.
Yeah.
If they did that to the entire card thing, we would have to completely redo our commander list.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of my main complaints about Leia is she costs just way too much. Like, way too much for what she did. But 28 points? Ooh, man.
Yeah.
I could work that into a lot of lists.
I'm honestly hoping that we see a reduction in points for Tarkin, because that would be great for me. Because I mean, everyone that watches know how much I love playing with Tarkin. But I think we might see something else that we're going to find out in terms of other upgrades that are going to be cheaper. I'm loving the fact that Armada is going to be on all the upgrade cards.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to see how many individual or duplicates we get, just because, you know, I want to know how many of these I have to buy, but they're suggesting that they're going to send these out ahead of time, so we'll have a better idea for what we do. I mean, we're going to probably buy 2 or 3 each, but...
Yeah, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
I have so many cards right now, like, not replacing all of them. So, I have, I think, pretty much in my card sleeve packs, I keep 6 of every single upgrade sleeved. That's a lot.
I keep 3 to 4 depending. Some of them I got 8, so...
Yeah, as soon as they start stacking, then I have a box of just extra cards.
Mm-hmm.
So also what was interesting is they were talking about, I'm going to butcher the name because I wrote it down fast, the Bella Lab ship, the human ship of the Separatist fighters. What we call Grievous.
Yeah, the Grievous ship. Yeah, the
having relay is very interesting, and then that new screen that increases defense when he's around ships.
It almost sounds like that's a better version of Escort, maybe?
Yeah, so when you're attacking it's defensive instead of Escort, which protects...
Which just protects you altogether, so it's...
the other ships around it.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about the AI battery, which AI, from what we're understanding, is you basically just add a die into whatever tac pool when you are making a squadron activation with a squadron. So, like the Vulture anti-squadron AI, like I was saying, it has a blue and a black, and you can add in a blue or a black, which is kind of really cool. But the the AI battery one, it sounds like it's for bombers, so you can add in an additional die. They haven't announced the card yet, right? So I don't even think it really matters which color dice you add in. If it's a double black, holy cow. If it's blue in a bomber, that's still really good. And if it's red, it's a phantom. So that... Phantoms don't do me any good, but someone will murder me with it, so...
Flight controllers and Command 2, or Command 2 blue, 2 black.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's an interesting thought. That'll be fun.
Turning vultures into TIE defenders. Wow.
And I disagree with you, Andy. You totally can play Armada while living in a tent. You just need to have a big tent. and about 3 of these nice MDF boards, you're fine. So... and actually, after John and I buy all this stuff, his girlfriend and my wife are going to kick us out. So we'll be, live streaming from a tent in a Starbucks parking lot or something like that. So
let's see what else. So I think we were talking about it last night on our stream. Like I said, that upgrade box just looked bigger than that. I mean, it has to be pretty big. They're saying that it comes with at least 290 cards.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a lot. I honestly don't know how many upgrade cards there are.
You need 6 Fantasy Flight card packs to sleeve it.
Oh, geez, yeah.
That's a lot of
50
cards.
50 in each.
I'm not saying that I have those on hand right now because I'm a card sleeve fanatic, but you would need to get 6 per box.
Yeah, so that's a ton, and I know I sleeve 90% of what I have. Pre-orders are up on the FFG and Asmodee stores. Cool. Thanks for the hint there, Bob Nunn. I know what I'm going to be doing after the live stream.
Okay, so let's talk about the teaser image.
Yeah, that was cool. So we've got, that looks like Grievous's ship, the Invisible Hand, I think is what it's called.
Yes. Providence-class?
Providence-class, yeah.
Okay.
That was the second one. There's a Venator in there, a new Pelta, and the other one...
I believe it's a Recusant-class?
The guy over there?
Yes, a Recusant.
Yeah. Recusant, however it's
However you say it. I'm really excited. I love Clone Wars ships. I cannot wait to get a Venator on the table. And if they do as high of quality as they did on the Acclimators on the Venator, that ship is going to look absolutely gorgeous.
Because that's got some neat detail you can put into it. And I really want to get these models in my hand. I'm guessing that if Gen Con was actually alive and we could go to the FFG booth right now, those models would probably be sitting there for us to look at.
See, I actually don't know.
But see, yeah, they didn't showcase
They didn't show
them.
us any.
So maybe not.
Which, I mean, when they said, what did they say? That these are going to be out in before December, I'm like, oh, okay. Because, let's just be honest, FFG's tag is coming soon, TM. So, we'll see. We'll see. I would love for it to be out before December. I just don't have much faith in China shipping. So
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
they also did they specifically answer which December?
No.
Is that December 2022, 21,
I think
2020?
I think we'll probably see stuff. Well, okay. Let's step aside for a second. Normally, the Christmas releases for Armada tend to come
March.
Usually it's February 1st. Sometime February or March 1st. Occasionally, you get stuff like when they released Carillion Conflict. I think it came out on the 26th of December.
Okay.
But maybe something will get better. We'll find out. I still would love to see these things ahead of time. I think that's, for me, what I'm really looking for. Just holding the models in my hand.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's most of my notes. The Living Rules is kind of really exciting.
I'm looking forward to that.
And
1 document instead of 5.
And Ken totally called the command dials. They're going to be taking them out of the ships. I mean, that's actually fine with me. I literally have an entire box of command dials and ship stuff. And I don't even use the ship things because I have these fancy-dancy speed dials that I have from when I was in Worlds a couple years ago. And these are really nice, and I just use these, and I have enough for, like, every fleet that I want, unless I'm playing, like, 1,200 points. I'm kind of disappointed, though, that they didn't do, like, an upgrade for the command dial stack.
Yeah, they could have done something a little different, but...
I mean, it's frustrating because I don't need any more command dials, but looking at what's in the pack and them talking about rules changes with these pass tokens, I'm going to need pass tokens because I have 1 from the Superstar Destroyer, and I think we saw 5 on the screen, so I'm going to have to buy...
and really all they said is, there's rule changes, so what does that mean? I was hoping to get a tease of something.
It was a tease.
Well, it was definitely a tease, but, give us like a little hint, a little morsel, something. But, we got what we got, so who knows?
Okay.
But I'm looking through the few things I did. I didn't see... I think we covered everything that was touched on. The big thing was that teaser at the end.
Yes.
Minor changes to XI7s.
But let's talk about those minor changes, though, for a second. So they were talking about... Do I have... Actually, I have an XI7's original. Do you have the screenshot of the card?
I do have the screenshot.
Okay, so I will read the original wording, and then Ken will read the new wording, and we can see exactly what they're talking about. So XI7s originally say, while attacking, if the defender spends a defense token, and the defense token being redirect, it cannot suffer more than 1 damage on hull zones other than the defending hull zone. So what that is saying is that no matter how or anything, when you spend the redirect, you only can move 1 shield to any hull zone.
Now, with the new ruling, what they say is it cannot suffer more than 1 damage on each hull zone other than the defending hull zone. Which means if you have a way to disperse it, I think Advanced Projectors allows you to put it on different ones, right?
Correct.
now all of a sudden you can potentially disperse 3.
Yes.
Yeah. So it makes XI7s not as powerful.
Which I think we're all fine with because it's one of the default defense tokens because it completely shuts down one of like 3 defense token types that most ships have. Like most ships either have they might have a brace or an evade. They pretty much all have redirects, and then you have scatter, which is scatter, and then you have contain. So the most common defense token is a redirect for ships, and it completely negates it. So this will allow advanced projectors to come in and possibly be useful, because otherwise it's still not useful and it's a dead slot, and you might as well have an ECM.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that because that wording needed to be changed. What even wave did this come out in? This is early. This is like maybe wave 1 or 2. It needed to be changed way back then, and like we've just been going through waves, ignoring the fact that that card is completely negating a whole bunch of other cards. And I feel now that with that change, then we can relook at defense tokens. I mean, MC80s would love to bring redirects.
Oh, totally.
So, like, in my head now, like, just thinking, put a shield tech on an MC80, and put advanced projectors, and put agate, and get an additional redirect, and then you have 3 redirects, and you can just keep putting the shields all over the place. And then if fighters came in to attack you, you can spend them to negate 3 damage per turn.
So the XI7s came out in wave 1 with the Neb B.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was early, and I remember it was one of the only ships. It's the only ship you can get the XI7s in outside of Super Star Strike.
Yeah, and then also the limited edition cards from tournaments. These are actually one of the
thanks,
rare,
Ed. He beat me to it.
rarer ones, and they took a while to hunt down from the early waves. But that's actually how I got most of mine, is the tournament cards.
No, we're definitely looking forward to this upgrade pack. I think the upgrade pack's going to be huge, and obviously Clone Wars. Hopefully we can get the upgrade pack maybe just a little bit before the Clone Wars stuff.
So what I actually think is interesting is I'm super excited about the Clone War pack, right? But then I'm also super excited about the upgrade pack and possibly new rules.
Yeah.
But I see them kind of as separate things. I don't know which one I'm more excited about. Probably Clone Wars. It's the Clone Wars.
I think for me it's a little bit of both. We got 3 new articles just posted on the Fantasy Flight page, literally just now. So we'll talk about that a little bit also.
Hold on.
Let's see if we can't get something pulled up. And hey Maxwell, good to see you. Nifta, I know I said hello to you earlier, but hello again to you. So yeah, we decided to change the timing on this. We were originally thinking of doing it later in the day, but figured let's do it earlier so that all our friends locally and over the sea in Europe can actually see us at a reasonable time instead of last night where I know it was 3 o'clock in the morning trying to watch us. That's kind of the problem when we're dealing with the Midwest here in the States. We can only we have our limitations of what we can do. So let's see if we can't get some of this up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a new OBS thing real fast.
Give us a second, bear with us. But I'll talk to you over the chat here. New factions are retro.
There we go. Sorry.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, we'll have to wait 20 seconds.
Yeah. How about now? You guys hear us better now? Can you hear me now? Trying. 1 second, guys. All right, cool. We're back. You can hear us again. Streaming issue, point of distribution. Yep, yes, good. Also, thank you. Maybe we don't do that, John. What do you think?
Hold on.
Hang on 1 second. Technical difficulties. And gone. Nope, went out again.
Yeah, we should be good now. I have low camera and I have our main mic on this.
Back again. Awesome. Back. Great. So,
Let's see if this...
let's see. And we can hear again and again. Great. There's kind of a delay, so apologies. We're going to kind of jump back and forth. I'm not seeing the browser source, though, John.
Okay.
Hang on. Something just changed. I got it. Awesome. So, John's bringing up the article. We're just going to go through it with you guys and kind of see what we have. So, let's see. We're looking at Fleet Essentials.
Yeah, this... Okay, so under upgrade, unlock a hangar bay of 290 essential upgrades with the Star Wars Armada upgrade pack. This collection provides updated versions of all upgrades previously printed as mini cards in a new standard size format. Okay, cool.
So we got the teas that we got
It's pretty much the
previously.
same thing. 10 additional command dials and 7 additional speed dials, allowing further fleet expansion in the dial pack. That's a lot of command dials. Additionally, this pack includes 5 pass tokens and 6 round tokens, giving players additional access to essential components.
We got some new stuff coming out in there. Still want to know what those pass tokens are going to be for.
Yeah, I can't...
Is it not scrolling?
It won't scroll for me, which is frustrating. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to go back to our...
We'll just
other
go
one.
back to the regular and we'll kind of talk you through it.
Okay. This is when we have no experience really in live streaming and showing things off at the same time, and try to learn it during the stream. Not the best idea.
Bad idea. So
Okay, so do we want to do Rebels or Rebels?
let's start with
Republic?
let's start with the Separatists, since I know
Okay.
you are really interested in the Separatists.
Okay, they have a new card. Let me see if I can screenshot, save image.
Talking about the websites, updates, battle soon.
Let me see if I can throw this image up on ours.
All right, John's still going to try. We're gonna
Yeah.
attempt to do something. If it doesn't work, then we're not going to touch this. What are focus/chaff tokens? I don't know.
Well, isn't a chaff token what's used for EWS?
Maybe
I think that was called a chaff token.
you might be right for early warning system. So
Yes.
maybe something akin to that, where it's you get the one hull zone that doesn't do anything. Focus. The immediate thing that comes to mind is going to be like an X-wing, where you get to kind of re-roll a die. So maybe that does something.
Okay, so our first card, it should be popping up. Tell me if it pops up.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on here.
We're about 20 seconds behind.
Yeah,
so.
we're really getting a good view of how long it takes for the stream to come up.
Okay, so the first new card. Let me know if it pops up.
Hasn't yet.
Okay, so it is called a T-Series Tactical Droid, and the artwork is beautiful. It costs 4 points. It looks like it's a Separatist-only card and an officer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it up yet?
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so when you spend only in engineering, a nav, or a squadron command token to resolve a command, you may exhaust this card. If you do, resolve that command as if you spent a dial of the same type instead. Holy cow.
Wow.
It needs So, if I'm not mistaken, that symbol, is that a command dial?
That might be a command dial. Well, it's saying if you resolve that command as you had spent the dial of the... No.
No, I mean for the red refresh.
Let me go back to look at the Thrawn dial.
So
We're much slower. Slower in what way? We may just have to not muck with it.
Okay.
No, that's a different symbol.
Okay.
Spend a command dial to refresh it. Yeah, but you need to spend a command dial to reload the card. You
Yeah.
do need to spend a command dial to reload the card, yeah.
But still, that on important turns, you could supercharge what you're doing.
No, I agree, yeah.
That's pretty awesome for 4 points. And then let me see if I can save this image.
So let's see what else we have. T-Series Tactical Droid. Tie of Progress.
Let me change out this image. I think because you could see that image on our thing, right?
Yeah, we can see the image there.
Okay, so then I just...
in the time it takes for you to see the upload. Well, we're doing the best we can. If we'll have to clearly do this better next time. We apologize for some of the technical difficulty.
Okay, next card is...
But we're trying to give you what we can.
I'll let you take that one, Ken.
Alright, so this is the Tide of Progress 12. So, let's see. Before you... Yep, had it. Before you are dealt a face-up damage card with the ship trait. Okay, so there's something. Usually we have the crew and the ship trait in the damage card deck. You may exhaust this card to discard that damage card without resolving its effect. I wonder... Is structural damage? It is.
It isn't really.
Structural damage is a ship trait, which means I can exhaust that to not take a structural damage. So, John, we clearly know
what you're taking on everything.
Yes, you're going to clearly have the Tide of Progress out there, just because we know how much John loves to pull structural damage out of his damage deck. Thank you very much, PLT998. We appreciate it. Like we said, we're doing the best we can here. Literally, this stuff is hot off the presses. Ed Hamilton, yes. It's basically like Medical Team.
But better.
But a title, and better, because let's be honest, the ship stuff is the nasty stuff. Carry on, you guys are doing fine. Awesome. So let's see, will damage cards have traits on them? Damage cards already have traits on them.
Yeah, so
let me pull a couple of examples, and I'll put them up onto the link. This is right off the Fantasy Flight Games page. They just posted 3 articles, so you can go check them out. But for example, so structural damage, you can see it has the ship trait in it already. And for example, damage controls has the crew trait in it.
So looking through my damage deck right now, all cards are either ship or crew.
Correct.
For critical damage.
So that's kind of a nifty upgrade in terms of how that's going to work, and I'm really interested to see how well that works. Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll throw.
It costs an engineering token to redo that card, which I think would be a very good use of engineering. When you think about if you actually got that structural, it would cost 6 points to remove both those cards, compared to just refreshing a card with an engineering token, which would theoretically be 1 to 3 points,
Something
depending
like
on
that,
your ship. That's a good investment. Okay.
Let's see. Next, we're going to move over to what they put out onto the... You know what? That's one of those things that really never comes up, is the ship versus crew trait, unless you've got the one upgrade, the medical crew, or medical team, rather. So the next one we've got...
Bale. Yeah, I just glanced through most of the article, and there wasn't anything else specifically that wasn't already talked about.
Bale and Implacable.
So I'm just putting up the new cards.
Bale, what do we have here? I think only 18 have crew, rest have ship. I think you're right. It is definitely more favored on the ship side. We might, as damage comes up during our battle report we're going to have in a minute, we might talk on that and just make mention just for fun. So Bail Organa, when a friendly ship reveals a command, you may discard up to 1 token of each type from this card. For each token you discard, that ship gains 1 additional command dial matching that token's type. So Bail's giving out nav and engineering. So if I'm reading this right, it looks as though you get to, at the beginning of the game, you set up 5 tokens. They could be nav or engineering that you can then pass dials to one ship, I think it is. Yeah, 1 ship. That's kind of neat. That's an interesting ability. Yeah, a mini Thrawn, exactly. Kind of almost what I was thinking, but limited in its capability. 28 points, and he's a commander.
So I'm going to actually say that this is better than Thrawn if you're not doing squadrons.
Yeah.
Because Thrawn, you have to declare it. Let's see.
At the start of the ship phase. This is when
yeah. So at the start of the ship phase, let's say if you wanted to give engineering or nav to all your ships, you would have to flip a nav and it would give to all your ships, or you would give engineering to all your ships, but you might not need it. Like spoilers from yesterday's game. My interdictor that did more of the engineering commands didn't need it because it wasn't attacked. So if I were to have been giving it dials, it would have been a waste. This says that you can just give it to a ship when a ship specifically needs it. That's a really good card.
Bail does look like he's a commander. There's no little symbol at the bottom left. It's just a little arrow that generally, I believe, indicates a commander.
Yes.
Plus the background color is a little different, so that's my assumption. And I think there's one other card.
Yes, let me switch over to that one.
So John's going to make that swap, and then I'll let you talk about that one, John.
Well, let's see. I think it's
better than Leia, too, even with her new point cost. Well, that's, I think, the same point cost as Leia now. I think Leia's at 28.
Yes, 28 points for Leia. I don't know.
Leia's still everyone, but you get the extra thing if you only use the 1 command.
I think that it depends on fleets. So we haven't looked at what the Republic fleet set up as. I think Leia is beneficial for the Rebels due to the fact that Rebels have a ton of small ships and a ton of ships that have 1 command dial, which makes her very, very versatile in, on that turn, immediately doing something specifically that you need. So, for example, a Corvette or a Hammerhead or a Flotilla, if you want to nav that turn, you nav that turn, and you don't have to do the command stack to get there. Even like their Nabis and Peltas, I believe. Are Peltas 2 commands or 3? Peltas are 3.
Peltas, I think, are 2.
But whatever, so your command stack isn't as high.
Peltas are
Well, I think... Yeah, I don't know if we know how many commands. I'm guessing that an Acclimator's 3. So it reminds me of a Victory.
Similar to a Victory, yeah.
So let's just say it's 3. Lack of argument. Or 2, it doesn't matter. But he would be more beneficial in that. So certain commanders are more beneficial in certain fleets. Okay, so let's read this card.
John, go ahead.
Implacable. It looks like it's a title. And that's some pretty cool art again. They're really knocking it out with the art.
Yeah, I love the art.
Okay, so before a friendly ship or squadron at distance 1 to 2 suffers damage from an attack, you may exhaust this card and spend up to 2 shields from your front hull zone to reduce the total damage by that amount, 4 points. And you can see that it has the exhaust icon with the little circly arrow. Huh. Before friendly ship. So...
Ship or squadron at distance 1 to 2.
I don't know if I would be giving my shields away for a squadron. But...
Depends on what the squadron is. We don't know what the new Jedi squadron is.
That is true. To keep a Jedi alive?
Yeah. Because I think they said in the live stream that the Jedis are kind of have like support roles of a sort with all the clones. So maybe there's some benefit to keeping them alive, and honestly 1 or 2 shields on a close-by ship, maybe that'd be a good way to do it. Yeah. I don't know. We need to find out more.
So in my mind, right? Where's my other ship? If you have a ship like this, and then this ship is behind it, then you can just take the damage and move it once a turn, which is actually kind of really cool.
Yeah, that's kind of for 4 points. And
for
you get
4
to use,
points.
looks like you get to use it once. per turn because you exhausted.
But
It's got
that's-
the little double thing.
But that's 2 shields. And when you think about it, it's kind of like an inverse. What's that card?
John will guarantee leaving things on 1 health left now.
I know, right? It's going to be horrible. How many times will I have to attack a squadron with 1 health with this card to kill it?
This is going to be great.
Oh, horrible.
And
Yeah.
you're going to want to fly Separatist. You kind of already alluded to this, so...
I might switch sides.
We totally need more info. I agree. Hopefully we get something soon.
TM. What's the card I was using it yesterday? It's when you can move the shields around from your ship to their ship.
The advanced projectors?
Yes. So it's kind of like an advanced projector.
The projection experts, yes.
Projection experts. It's cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
right? So 4 points. You're only allowed to take 1 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It happens during an attack. So, usually in ship order, it gets frustrating because your ship that you want to heal probably wants to go second because the ship that's going to be getting attacked that you're going to want to heal needs to go to move.
Mm-hmm.
This just allows the ships to be in their proper place to use. I like that card.
Mm-hmm. I think that pretty much covers all the new information that we've gotten. So, not a lot, but quite a good tease, I think. So, I don't know if there's anything else, John, you want to touch base on. Let me run through your wow.
It's pretty horrendous.
TRC is upgraded text. We talked about that.
What's funny is we do paper charting at work.
Living rules document. That's going to be fun. That's actually something I think this game needs. Rather than go through 4 different booklets to find the answer, we're going to have one concise thing. At least that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting. Whoa. Bumped everything.
We may have to change that book.
So what I think is interesting is you can always look at FFG and see how, as game designers and a company, they're always growing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at just like even their card games and also their miniature games, you can see how things that have learned. So like for X-Wing, for example. X-Wing originally, huge. It's fun. But then you can see immediately in Armada that they learned from those mistakes that they made. And like even just the inclusion of defense tokens instead of defense dice compared to other games that use defense dice for that. And objectives and changing the way that the game's played. And then you look at the next jump, which is Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Legion is very objective focused. It goes back to defense dice, but they've learned a lot from defense dice in the fact that
I think they're better now, yeah.
it's different and it's better. I still prefer defense tokens, but that is what it is. But you can see how Armada and X-Wing has impacted and changed Legion in the design philosophies. And it's the same thing with their card games. Like, I've heard great things. I haven't played it that Marvel Champions.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've heard that's a great game, but you can see, is what I've heard, like the changes that their previous card games like Netrunner and things like that had on that. So they're always moving forward. And then with like X-Wing 2.0, it needed to happen, but it could have gone better. So I'm hoping that those rules changes take into effect into Armada parts of the other games that they have that work well. Like they were talking about the what did they call them? Like clone transport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the different titles on
the different like keywords.
Keywords, yeah.
Like the keywords in Legion actually work really well. Like trooper and the different things like that. I think it would be very interesting to see what would happen. I don't want an Armada 2.0 because I've spent way too much money on Armada. I don't want to restart. But it would be interesting to see moving forward what different things they've learned from their other games that they'll put into Armada. Because I actually still think Armada's the best system.
I agree. I love this game. That's why it's on our channel and kind of the flagship product we have. Answering a question in the chat here. Do we think the starter sets will have cards that are nowhere else to be had in a later expansion? If I'm going to guess on FFG's normal process, yes. We're probably going to see some commanders in there that you cannot get anywhere else. Maybe I'm wrong, hopefully, But my guess is no, that you're going to have to actually get each one of those core sets to pick up certain cards that are nowhere else.
So my guess would be Commanders, because that's what we've seen.
It'd be the Commanders, yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like since Legion, like what I was just saying about learning from other games, Legion doesn't require you to buy other faction packs to get cards for your faction that are needed that are just generics. So I'm hoping that moving forward they do that. Like, let's pretend, what wave would this be? 9? 10?
Something like that.
Because 8 came out.
8 came out, so the next one would be 9.
So
I'm willing to bet that you're right, that they learned from what they did with Legion, because when Armada first came out, you had to buy cross-faction to be able to get everything you wanted.
So literally talking about
XI7s.
XI7s.
I think what we're
Spinal armaments are still only found in... well, they just
Super Star Destroyer, I think? No,
no, it was the Liberty.
The Liberty, yeah.
They were only in the Liberty. I think they're in more now due to the fact that they're in more, or I think what is it?
It's in one of the new ones.
It may be the Victory is the only one that has flight controllers, but that just came out, and I think the Super and in the Starhawk.
I think it's Starhawk, yeah.
So finally you're getting more access to it. Like, those cards were extremely difficult to get.
I think what we're going to see is, if you want to do Republic, you can buy just the Republic ships and expansions and have all the cards you would need and want. I don't think the generics are going to go back and forth. There probably will be one or two that's going to go nuts. However, having said that, Legion did release, it was like, what, $10 to get that upgrade
full card pack.
My guess is if something like that happens, we'll see that, which actually makes sense because FFG wants to make another buck. But
yeah, well, I mean, we're already seeing that with the because I feel like there's going to be a huge group of people that are just going to play the Clone Wars factions for that upgrade card pack. That's huge, because then you can have all the cards from the previous expansions and just go into the game as the Republic or as the Separatists, which I think is actually a decent starting point, considering how much money I've poured into all the upgrades and cards. Getting it for $24 is actually a decent deal for a new player.
Completely agree.
Having to spend more money on cards that I already have, not so good for an existing player, but going forward and getting more people into this game, I think that's actually a really good option.
Print your own cards if you're not bothered with competitive play. I agree, you could. We haven't, just because we've got so many different cards. And John, you've gone to several tournaments, although I've been to one more recently than you, which is weird.
Well, I had...
you couldn't make Gurney.
I had a death in the family.
Do you think you'll still play with the small cards just for nostalgia? Maybe. We'll see.
Do you mind grabbing me something from the other room?
Yeah, what do you need?
Okay, so if you go into the other room, on that shelf there is a box of... It's the box, it says Armada on it.
This one?
Yes, that one.
What nifty things is John going to show us today?
So, I have a lot of cards. So...
He's nuts, folks. He's absolutely
Those are
nuts.
all extra promo cards. So, I will be staying with using my promo cards that I want. And we've already all been used to using cards that have effects on them that aren't what the effects are for cards. So I'm going to go with what I think looks cool.
So I think at this point we've kind of covered most of what we wanted to talk about in terms of the, the live stream that they presented. Continue throwing things into the chat, because if you've got things into the chat, we'll respond to it. Give us a second. We're going to completely reset ourselves with some different camera views, and then we're going to jump into our battle report. So stay tuned, and we're going to have some fun here. So fire away again. Keep the comments coming. We're loving it. Thank you again for everyone watching us. Let's see what we've got.
Okay, I think we're actually good. Okay. So I'll let you talk about... the fleet theme, and then go from there.
All right. So we decided today that instead of just creating 2 fleets, we wanted to do something a little different. And we're going to be having some thematic fleets today. So we're going to be running the Battle of Adelon, or at least as close to it from Star Wars Rebels. I think that was the end of Season 3. And so, spoiler alert if you guys haven't seen Rebels. But I've got a Sato list with a bunch of small Rebel ships, and you get your Thrawn list with the big stuff. So here's what we have in terms of ships. I noticed we got a flash there.
Weird. Maybe I was just jumping between cameras.
Could be. So here's my fleet.
Let me grab this.
And John's going to grab that camera, bring it closer.
Okay.
So, starting out. Dinner time for Andy. Don't worry, we'll be a minute. So, grab a quick bite to eat. So, we've got 2 Neb Bs, both of them escorts. I've got Sato on the first one, along with auxiliary shield team and gunnery teams. It's also the Vanguard, and I'm swapping out one of my braces for a redirect. The Nebulan B, the second one is Salvation, because I love Salvation, with Turbolaser reroute circuits, and Kirsta Agate as the officer. The CR-90 is the Tanta V4 with Major Durlin and TRCs. And then the 2 sets of medium transports I have Bright Hope. It's painted up a little bit differently with Ezra Bridger and repair crews, and I have Torin Farr and Comsnet on the other one. For the squadron complement, I've got Hera in the Ghost, Green Squadron, 2 generic A-Wings, Gold Squadron in Y-Wings, and 2 regular vanilla Y-Wings.
I don't like it. Okay, so let me pull up my Imperial fleet. Now, this is just part of what Thrawn brought to this battle. Sadly, I don't have, I think he brought 3,000 points worth of ships. So
That's a battle report for another time.
We'll have to go into that later. So, I have an ISD-1. And you can tell it's an ISD-1. I have the conversion kit. It's got the ISD-1 bridge. Sadly, I don't have a Rebels tall neck. ISD one day. One day I'll have that beautiful tall neck. So I have Grand Admiral Thrawn, Strategic Advisors, Boarding Troopers, Leading Shots, and XI7s. We're playing with the current old version of it, because, we just found that out. Except I don't think you have an advanced projector, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well.
Then we have an Interdictor that is trying to keep the Rebels on their planet so Thrawn can crush them. It is a Suppression. It has the Interdictor title, Disposable Capacitors, Heavy Ion Emplacements, G7X Gravity Well Projectors, which is allowing me to move obstacles around, and then targeting Scramblers. I have an Arquitens light cruiser with linked Turbolaser towers on it, and then just a handful of small squadrons that are kind of from the Rebel show. We have Maarek Stele as that supercharged TIE Defender. We have Valen Rudor, which is in his TIE Fighter, and then we have 4 generic TIE Fighters. So not a lot. It's a different type of fighter screen than I normally do. I am way out squadroned in this game, so we'll have to see how it goes. What does your fleet come in at, Ken?
I am sitting in at 388 points.
388. I think you're going to get to choose. My fleet comes in at 398.
All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and go second because I'm afraid of what objectives you may have. So here's your choices.
So my choices are Opening Salvo, which I don't really want to give Sato extra black dice at range. Fighter Ambush, which doesn't seem to be too unreasonable. And then Opening Salvo. I already said that one. Then the last one is Volatile Deposits, and I don't like that one either. because you get to change your dice to do shenanigans with it. I think we're going to go with Fighter Ambush. This may be a mistake. Yeah, let's do that. So, Fighter Ambush says setup. Before deploying fleets, the second player, which is Ken, sets aside all of his squadrons. After deploying fleets, the second player deploys all of his squadrons, each of which those squadrons can be placed as normal or at distance 1 of an obstacle, but all his squadrons must be beyond distance 5 of the first player's edge. Special rule: after a squadron performs an attack against a ship, if the defender was dealt 1 damage card, the squadron's owner gains 1 victory token. Are you good with all that?
I think so. We do know that this is a slightly blurry view, so again, apologies. Ed, we're sorry you can't keep it for the battle. Stick around for the battle, but hey, you know what? You'll be able to catch this up on YouTube later, and we'll have the chapter breaks and fleet lists in the comments once it goes live. So, but thanks for coming in and at least watching the report on FFG's live stream.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing Fighter Ambush, correct?
Correct.
All right. So all my squadrons are being set aside.
Correct.
And I get to start by placing obstacles, right?
Correct.
All right, let's start here. Of course, get them as far away as possible from.
Yep.
All right, and
Not
then
hard to deploy from those. And then you get to deploy first.
deploy all my squad after deploying fleets. No, I don't.
Oh, I'm first player.
Yeah, you're first
oh,
player.
Man. So yeah, I have to go first. I don't want to go first.
Well, you kind of have to.
Here we go. We're going to go down with an Interdictor first. It's going to go down right here. And we're going to come in at speed 1.
Okay, I've got the Ezra Bridger Bright Hope, speed 2.
Oh, hold on. I gotta grab a token.
Okay.
That's my debris moving field one.
NIFTA, it's unfortunately the resolution on the overhead camera. Not much we can really do about that.
So the camera above, we're going to need to get a different camera, but you know I can't buy a camera overnight and have it here. So the only beam that I have that goes up there only takes a web camera. Let's see if I can show you guys.
Objective is fighter ambush.
So the only one I have, let's see there, it can't hold one of our cameras that we use for filming normally, so it's a webcam. And the webcam will autofocus the entire time. So I try to put it into as much focus as I can. Otherwise, it just keeps zooming in and out and you get seizures and it looks horrible. So I decided not to give you guys seizures. And instead, it just is going to be a little fuzzy until we can buy new cameras that can properly be up on the ceiling. So I put that there.
Okay. That happens at deployment?
Yes.
Alright. So
Before
now
deploying fleets.
I put down medium transport here, Bright Hope, speed 2.
Cool. I put down 2 TIE Fighters.
Yeah, you get to do that. I don't.
Yes, I do. Right there.
Okay. And this one's also moving at speed 2.
Okay. Then I'm going to put down 2 TIE Fighters.
Okay, CR90A is going here, speed 2.
And then I'm going to put down a Defender and that.
Yeah. So I have beaten John twice? 3 times. Twice.
Ever?
On camera. Ever, it's been more than that, but it was like the Superstar Destroyer.
It's on camera twice.
Yeah.
Ever
So
4 times.
I agree. We're going to try. My deployment again, right?
Correct.
Right. This is Salvation, speed 2.
So now I have the hard choice of actually choosing where I want this stuff. I think I'm going to put my Star Destroyer here. Going speed 1.
Okay. And then I have my other Neb B over here. Also speed 2.
Okay, and then this ship is going to drop in here, and he's going to be going speed 2. And then it's your fighters, and you have special rules for your fighters.
I do. So I have to deploy my squadrons, and I can place them as normal or beyond distance 5 of your edge. So we're going to start by putting Hera. Let's see. Because your TIE fighters can move speed 4, right?
Yep. Is it at or within?
It's at.
It's at?
Yeah. Yeah, I took a good look at that to make sure.
Well, they're not at. There you go.
There you go.
And she is
There you go.
there.
And he should be just at.
Okay.
There you go. Got those guys over there. We're going to put Green Squadron here. And a bunch of Y-Wings. So we have Gold Squadron. And I'm going to make sure these are at. Alright, I believe that should be good.
Okay.
Alright, so there's my deployed squadrons. And I think that's all we need to do other than go into turn 1,
I
correct?
get to move these around.
Yes, you get to do your interdictor shenanigans.
So this obstacle you kind of ruined for me by putting your stuff near it. So we're going to move it out to here. And then this one, can I move it to here? I can. So we're going to move it out to there. And then where do I want this station? I think I want the station closer to here, maybe. And that's it.
Alright. So now do we have anything that happens at the start of the first round? I do. Vanguard, which is Sato's ship, is going to swap out its brace token for a defense token. Or redirect.
Okay. Now we gotta do our dials and fun stuff.
Correct.
I gotta come up with Thrawn dials too.
That you do.
I haven't decided what I want to use. Okay, I'm set when you're set.
Wait a minute. I should take these off. All right, I'm ready. So whenever you want to get started, John.
Deciding if I'm ready or not.
And again, keep the comments coming. We'll be watching those as we're playing.
Okay, you ready? First turn. Hey, we can move that camera so we can actually get a good view. Not through
I
the
don't wanna
dice
have this
cam.
thrown back and forth, but let's get something here. Or you want to get closer?
Okay, so on my turn, I strategic advisor to you.
Oh, fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so it begins already early. We're going to start with the Vanguard. So I have an engineering token, or dial. We're going to go ahead and use it right away. So, because I have auxiliary shields team, I'm going to go ahead and increase this flank by 1. Which allows me to do that, which is awesome. And I just burned the other one. And then I have to move at speed 2.
You could move a shield from your back to your side.
Is there a limit to how many? Oh, it's 4. Oh, well then, yeah. We'll move one also.
Well, no, you can only increase it by 1 up to 4. So you can move the one shield to your other side.
Yeah, let me read this. I need better glasses. This is what I'm looking forward to with the larger
Cards.
Cards.
Is actually being able to
I
read
can
them.
read. $5 bet on Ken. Oh, wow. We're becoming a gambling ring now, John.
Well, look how fast they want whiskey,
Yeah.
Armada, and then
Whiskey,
they're going to be betting
Armada.
on you.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So here's the first move of the game. And John, your turn.
Okay. We're going to go over to the Arquiten. The Arquiten is revealing a Navigate. We're at speed 2, and I think we're going to jump up to speed 3. Because he's way off to the side. And do that. Of course, I'm going to have to move through my own TIE Fighters, which is always fun. Jumping up to speed 3 and going here. Goes back to you then.
Cold coffee's disgusting.
Ready?
Yeah.
What are you going to activate next?
Okay, I think my next activation. That's this one. I think I can pull it off. We're going to do the GR75 in the back.
Uh-huh.
Squadron command. I'm going to take it as a token.
Okay.
Where did I put all my tokens?
If you need tokens, I got tokens.
I got them. I threw them back in the box. That's why. I got them. Yeah. Taking a squadron token, then we're going to pass it. We're prepared today. And we're going to pass it over to the CR90. And then I'm going to make a speed 2 move and hopefully not ram into myself.
I'm hoping you ram into yourself.
I am probably going to ram into myself. I think I'm going to ram into myself, John.
Or you can move toward the edge. Maybe you could avoid running into yourself if you run off the table.
I didn't plot this one out right. I was a little too close. I'm literally just a smidge away. So, all right, I'm only going to be able to move speed 1 with it. And I get 1 damage to the flotilla.
Good. Beautiful. Look at that. Already doing damage. Okay, so back to my ships. We're going to go with the Interdictor. It's reviewing a...
15 Quatlus. I love it.
a nav. We're going to actually use it. And we're going to jump up to speed 2. And we're going to angle ourselves like this.
I'm just going to say it. I think we have some of the best subscribers and watchers ever. You guys rock. Thank you very much for giving us tons of reasons to want to keep doing this every day.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, so I've got to make another move now, right?
Correct.
Do you want me to run into another ship?
I actually think that would be very awesome.
That'd be awesome. All right, cool. I might do that.
I think what would be better, though, is if you don't run into it this turn and you place it here so then these ships can run into it.
I was kind of thinking that's what I would do, is literally just run into myself here. But I think instead I'm going to move Salvation. So I have a Navigate command. I'm going to take it as a token. And then just move my 2 for now. So I can do, yeah. It's a little bit tighter with my formation than I wanted to be. And I'm going to start moving the shield dial, or the speed dials out in a minute. But all right, back to you, Jen.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think your squadrons are going to eat me, and I need to do stuff about it immediately. So, also I'm going to run over my own stuff.
I'm okay with you doing that, John. Go ahead.
I am not. So, my Star Destroyer has a squadron command, and we're going to use it. I have squadron command of 4, so all of these guys are going to be thrown forward. I'm going to be either just in range or just out of range. Let's start ranging stuff out by moving this guy in the back first as far as I can forward. I'm going to go with we're in range. So, like, we're just...
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's fine.
So I'm going to attack Hera, and I already did this backwards, but whatever. So we're going to attack you with 3 blues. Take 3 damage.
Wow. All right. So Hera's going to go ahead and brace that down to 2.
And what I should have done is I should have thrown the Hero of the Empire forward first, which we'll do now, who will land right here and attack Hera as well. So that's going to be 2 blues and 2 blacks. For an accuracy, and we'll make that into a hit. We'll block it out, take 2 damage.
Ow. Okay, can't do anything there. So yeah, Hera's down to 4.
And
It's okay. It's got 4 health. It's when it drops to 1 health you leave it alone.
yes, exactly. Then I actually want to get this guy in the back as far forward as possible. I don't think I'm going to be in range of anything. And if I come over here, I might be in range of that A-Wing. Sadly, I won't be able to kill her off this turn. You have it?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So I'm going to attack that A-Wing with 3 black dice. And then I swarm it for 1 damage.
Nothing. 1 damage on the A-Wing. All right, that's fine, and then I get to counter 2.
You cannot counter Valor.
Oh, that's Valen Rudor?
Yep.
Oh, that's mean.
Yes, it is. And then this guy is going to move his 4 forward to there. And where did I put my 1 distance? There it is.
It's hiding.
So we're going to engage her and see if we can not engage that guy. Like that. Yep. Just engaged with Hera. So 3 blues.
Okay.
Can you just throw that in for me? Cool, thank you. And then I'm going to roll this one again. So 1 damage onto Hera.
Still alive.
Yep, and then we're going to speed away at speed 1. Like this.
Okay. I think I'm going to activate the CR90 next. Navigate. I'm going to keep it as a dial. And I have a squadron token. And I'm going to go ahead and use it. I can activate this A-wing, that Y-wing. And I'm going to move the Y-wing. I can easily get within range of you here. I just want to try and get this one TIE Fighter. So let's see what the Y-wing can do. That's 2 blues. 2 hits.
Wow. It's better than all my stuff that just went.
Okay, I have no shots. I think you're too far away. And now I have to move. Now I am at speed 2, and I've got the nav token. So part of me's wondering if I want to adjust my speed here or not. And I think the answer to that question is probably no. Just do a quick look. Actually, that'll probably be okay. So I'm going to kick myself up to speed 3 on the CR90. And do... before I do that, hang on. I can only do 1 click on that first one. I don't want to do that. I'm going to stay at speed 2. Because 3 puts me in a very precarious situation. And put myself behind the NetB here.
Okay.
So wasted the dial, but I didn't crash into myself, which I think is more important. So back to you.
I have all my stuff activated.
Ah, that's right. I out-activate you like 2 to 1 almost. So now this other transport that has not run into anything gets to move. Navigate. I'm going to keep it as a dial. I've got nothing I can really do. I could move an obstacle, but not yet. So let's see. This I can just move ahead. So again, wasted the dial. Should have taken a token, but I'm just going to move her straight ahead.
Okay.
And then that leaves me with just... Oh, that is everything now.
Yep.
Alright, so squadron phase. What do you have left?
I
to
just have
activate,
those
John?
2 ties in the back that are going to move forward and land onto the station.
Okay. Oh, at the beginning, Hera's giving the 2 A-wings next to her robe.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can reach anything else, can I? Can I reach that Y-wing? I can't reach the Y-wing. Okay, correction. These 2 get robe from Hera.
Okay.
So this Y-wing, that A-wing.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so let's see. First, do we have escorted any of these guys?
They're the Empire, so no.
Okay, so I'm going to go after this TIE Fighter, which I think is still at 3, not at 2.
Correct. That is correct.
So let's fire at... Well, Valen Rudor has...
You can't attack Valen.
Yeah, I got to hit the other one. So let's do the generic TIE Fighter, because I don't think we're engaged with the one with only 1 health.
No, we're not.
All right.
I intentionally put him so nothing
So
else.
we're going to attack that TIE Fighter. 2 blues.
For A-wings?
Yeah. 3 blues.
So 1 damage.
1 damage. And then that A-Wing is rogue now, correct?
Yes.
So let's plop this A-Wing over here. I want to engage these two, but not Maarek.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And then we're going to shoot at this TIE Fighter.
The one on 2 health?
The one on 2 health, yes. Three. Dead. I have scored points before John for the first time ever. Well, guys, I got to go and watch the rest in replay. Andy, thanks for hanging around for most of turn 1. Check out the replay, leave comments below. But thank you again for watching. We appreciate the support. Okay, this is my Rogue Y-Wing. We're going to bring him up to here. So engaged with Maarek
And that tie?
and that tie.
Okay.
He's going to go after the regular tie. Now, this is where I just get 2 blue dice.
Correct. Cool.
Wow, nothing.
I'm fine with that.
So, everything else I have is not going to help me out in that regard. So, let's go ahead and activate Hera. And let's see if I can't do... This is a tough decision. I'm kind of debating if I should go after Maarek or take out a TIE Fighter. With my luck, he only have braces though.
Correct.
Let's go after Maarek.
Okay.
Well, that was a hit, but 1 hit.
Dice rolled outside of the dice tray don't count.
Nope, they don't. And I'm going to then bring...
As we know, when you took the double red hit the one time and moved them.
Yeah, well, you know,
To be fair, it was the only hit in the entire cluster.
it was. Okay, we're going to put him here. That's with Maarek. And then these Y-Wings, I'm going to keep a little bit behind here. Okay, and I believe that is
The end of
squadron
turn 1.
phase and end of turn 1.
Okay.
So, here we go. Turn 2. Anyone else's stream breaking up a little, stream's fine. So, Bob Nunn has to kick the router. Gotta just unplug it, count to 12, plug it back in again. Standard IT solutions to everything.
I'm in a bad place. Cool.
How are you in a bad place, John?
I'm gonna get eaten by squadrons in a second. Okay. I missed it significantly. I'm not used to not running actually efficient stuff.
That's kind of the interesting thing with the themed list, right?
Well, your theme list is still actually a list.
It
My
is.
theme list is I had to pick one of each of these ships with a handful of fighters that don't work together. My theme list is actually themed. Your list is still a list.
Yeah. Let's be honest. I'm finally starting to get better at building lists. When the IT person gets one, that's the last thing we do.
Okay.
All right, you get to start.
I do. Yay. Okay, so we're going to do this just because I need to do it before everything dies. We're going to reveal a Thrawn dial, and it's going to be a squadron. We are then going to not do Strategic Advisor. Instead, we're going to activate the ISD, which is revealing a Navigate, which we're going to be taking as a token, and we're going to be using the dial. I threw my fighters too far forward for the speed that I was going. I can only do Rudor and these two TIE fighters over here, which is really irritating. So what we're going to do is we're going to move in and try to be at distance 4 of most of these guys. So we'll replace a squadron here and be as far away from most things as I can so we can make an attack against her. But we're going to lock down that Y-wing and that A-wing. Okay, so let's attack Hera.
Yeah. See, I wanted to bring X-Wings for escort, but that would not be thematic.
Okay, so
2 hits on Hera.
2 hits on Hera.
So we're going to brace that to 1.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to jump in here, and maybe we can get an accuracy in 2 hits, or 3 hits. There's 3 hits. Hera's dead.
3 hits, so Hera is gone.
Woo! And then Rudor is going to activate, and he's going to attempt to take out a A-wing that's already injured. Oh, by the way, now I'm winning.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what's this? It's what, 10, 11 points?
No, it's a TIE Fighter. It's 8.
It's 8? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom! And then we're going to swarm it. That A-wing is dead.
3 hits, huh? Alright. So this one?
Yep.
Alright, so this one goes away, but I get to counter 2.
Against Rudor, you do not.
No, I don't. I hate Rudor.
Yep, he's
Hate
amazing.
Rudor. Alright, I'll give you 11 more points.
Okay, then I actually get to move him, and I think we're going to just leave him where he is. Yep. I have no attacks. I get to move forward 1. So we're going to move forward to here.
And you land
And
on the
I have
station.
the token. Okay, cool. I think that keeps me outside of dying this turn.
Just this turn.
This turn, I stay alive.
Okay. So I'm going to activate Vanguard. 1 over here. Squadrons. And I get to activate 2. And I believe I'm in range of quite a few. Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to activate these 2. So Green Squadron first.
Mm-hmm.
So Green Squadron, I think, is going to go up against... I think he's going to go up against Maarek. I want to get rid of him.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, knocking out the little TIE fighters would help too. So, you know what? He's going to shoot this TIE fighter here. That's by himself.
Okay.
So, 3 dice, 1 hit, unfortunately.
Cool. I'm fine with that.
This Y-Wing is going to also fire at said TIE fighter unless I'm engaged with the one with 1.
You already are engaged with him.
So if I'm engaged with him, let me shoot the one with 1.
Okay.
Because all I need is 1 hit. There it goes. So I took out a TIE fighter. That's another 8 points for me. Yay! Okay. That's my 2 squadrons I can activate. I don't think I'm in range of anything yet, am I?
No. That's why I moved that guy.
Yeah. I think you're just out of flak range. So I have to move. I'm at speed 2. I think now we are now in combat range. Cool. Your turn, John.
Okay, we're gonna go with this is Salvation.
Yep, that's salvation.
That's gonna suck. go with this little ship. It's revealing a navigate, and we're going speed 3 right now. And I think we're going to continue going speed 3 and do this. Like that. We are now in long range, but out of arcs of other things. Cool. See you.
I'm going to activate the GR75 hiding in the corner here. Navigate. We'll use it. So right now I am at speed 2. But I believe what I want to do is increase this up to speed 3. Because now I'm not going to bump into myself. So I'm going to jump up to speed 3. And go over here. Come on. Click all the way. Your turn.
Blast ship to activate. It's going to be an interesting turn. Oh, sorry. I also take a nav or a squadron token. I might as well just collect them, you know? I forgot I even had it. And then this guy's also going to take the squadron token. It's one day, who knows, it might come into effect. We're revealing a engineering, and we're going to take it as that token as well. Also, it's only Command 2. I've been playing it as Command 3 the last 2 days.
The Interdictor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only Command 2.
Yeah, yesterday I played it as Command 3. I know how to play this game sometimes.
You still won handily.
I don't think I have anything in range. I'm medium range flacken. So I got none of that. And we're going to go speed 2. And drop us in right here, which is a horrible spot to be. Ah, I lost that. So, which I think is going to be
I also forgot to bring my laser pointer today. Wow, we're really just...
a double arc.
Yeah,
Maybe. Actually.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be double.
Yeah, that's a nice...
Yeah. I mean, it's a little
It's
bit...
double
but
right down the center.
Double down the center.
Cool. That sucks. And this is why I didn't do salvo. Opening salvo, because that would just murder that ship right
See,
off the bat.
that's why I was kind of hoping you would.
Yeah, but I've played that enough that I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you're going to hate me, Jen. So, we're going to activate Salvation, because you gave us a great shot. I have a squadron command.
Yep.
So, we're going to activate our 2 squadrons, of which I can activate all my other squadrons here.
These are the only 2 that can move.
This, what do I want to do first? Both bombers. So, we've got the generic one, which is now going to help me with Sato, and he gets to bomb you. So that's 1 black. For a blank.
Cool. I will accept that.
You'll take that.
I will.
And then I'm going to move this guy. So this is Gold Squadron. We're also putting him within range. And he gets to roll 2 blues against the front of your interdictor.
Yep, this isn't going to be as good.
2 hits.
2 hits. We will redirect. Yeah, we'll redirect that over to this side. Okay.
And now we get to do salvo, or get to do salvation farming. So, because of Sato, I can swap out. We're going to do side shot first. So I get a red and a blue.
You get a red. You're not in
Right,
range
I'm
of blue.
yeah, so I get 1 red. So I'm going to effectively get 1 black, I believe. Because TRC will work on any of them, right?
No, only red dice.
Yeah, 1 red die. But I could potentially do... Ooh. Yeah, but it's salvation. I'm going to change it to black. Should have kept it as a red. So that's one wasted shot. Second shot, we get 3 reds. I'm going to swap 2 of those out for blacks.
And this is the one that's going to hurt.
Let's see what this front shot can do.
Oh my gosh.
And do I want to do anything? I kind of do. So I'm going to spend the evade to exhaust TRC to change this into a crit. So that's 5 damage, and then because of the crits, that's 8 with salvation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we brace it to 4 and we contain it. That is a monstrosity. That's probably one of the best salvation rolls I've seen.
Occasionally I can roll something halfway decent.
Okay.
Alright, I'm now going to spend the, I think, because you are... Yeah, I'm going to drop to speed 1 using the token. Still at long range.
Yep, and you do not have me in your front arc.
Do not have you in the front arc.
But you have my Star Destroyer in
That
your
I
front
do.
arc? Yes, you do. Well, that's disappointing. Okay. It's still you.
Yeah, so now I get to move the CR90. I have navigation dial. I think I'm going to take it as a token, actually. Yeah, let's take it as a token. And then I have to move.
I think you're going to win this one.
Well, let's see how many Quatlus we get this up to. That's why Love Salvation. Mike can win. 50 Quatlus on Ken. Okay, then I get to do this guy.
Yep.
So engineering. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use it and repair cruise to discard this damage from that ship.
Nice.
Kind of worked out for me. And because I can, when I reveal the dial with the command, I'm going to use Ezra to move an obstacle at distance 1 to 2. I believe that counts. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can move it within 2 of its current location. What's its current speed on your...
3.
And on the interdictor?
2.
There we go. That looks good. You good with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and then move speed 2. My little conga line going here. And that is all my ships, so squadrons.
I only have 1 squadron that's unactivated, and you only have 1 squadron unactivated, so we're going to activate him. He is locked down.
Let's get a good view of these squadrons here.
So he's going to attack Green Squadron, and we're hoping to kill it off in 1 hit. That's the wrong dice combo.
No, close.
And I flip it there, it's dead.
Yeah. So that is 1 dead Green Squadron, and I get counter 1.
Correct.
So 1 hit on Maarek.
I take it. Okay.
Now this A-Wing is engaged here, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, he's engaged with those 2.
So we're going to shoot at the guy with 2 health. So that's 3 blues. 3 hits.
Wow.
Veteran status for that A-Wing. We get to swap them out and put Green Squadron back out now, right?
No, not this time. This was earlier engaged. Okay. Oh well.
What's that?
This guy was.
Yeah, he was in range, so that's fine. Good
Okay.
bumping on the table. We're in
Okay.
agreement with what is.
So I think that is it for that.
Well, that's it. So status phase, stuff comes back. We refresh everything. Hera comes back in a second life. Turn 3, folks. We're moving right along at a good pace.
Losing TIE Fighters fast.
I want to do the next turn. Could do that. I'm going to do this. Okay. And then this guy. Oh man, I needed that previous turn. We'll do that.
Out of range of everything?
For the moment. Whoop. And Ezra's been discarded. Not getting the utility out of Torn Far that I had hoped. I had her on the wrong ship.
Okay.
I think I wanna do that.
So, let's see if there's anything on chat, and then we can go from there.
All right, so Ken with authority. We love salvation, and then Mike can win. And I put 50 Quatlus on me.
Hi. Okay.
You want to put any Quatlus on yourself, John?
You fine if I look at this real fast with a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
50.
Yeah. John putting 50 Quatlus on you.
On me. Okay, so I will be Thrawning this turn
Okay.
for squadrons. Then I have to figure out what I want to do. I have a lot of choices. I could just strategic and let you shoot at me, which I'm kind of inclined to do. 'Cause I don't think you're going to be able to kill off one of my ships. But then you could just do a transport. This is in horrible, horrible range. Like for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I go with my interdictor, I could kick it out to somewhere over here. But I have to figure out then which ship do I want to shoot at. What's that one? Okay, we're going to activate my interdictor.
Okay.
Interdictor's showing a engineering. We're going to spend it with this, and we're going to take 6 engineering points. And we're going to put 2 shields on the front, 3 shields onto the front.
Okay.
And then we're going to take a disposable capacitor shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to try to shoot out your flagship.
Okay.
Into your front from my front.
Can we make that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
red into this. And with the Thrawn dial, I got this too.
Mm-hmm.
And I have all 3 of these squadrons in range. So we're going to figure out what we're going to do. Where do we want to move them? You think what we're going to do is we're going to move... See, what is engaged? So this guy is engaged there.
Mm-hmm. And I think with the A-Wing also, but not with the Y-Wings.
Correct. So, Rudor is going to jump himself over to here, so he's now engaged with everyone, and he's going to attack the
A-Wing?
A-Wing, because A-Wing can't shoot back. But I also have Swarm. Wow, I'm going to need that Swarm for 2 hits.
Okay.
Right. Okay, and then let's attack with the Tie Fighter against that A-Wing as well.
Mm-hmm.
3 blues and Swarm as well. I need 2 hits. Oh, here we go. Will I get a hit? Nope. Bringing him on 1 health.
That's your favorite thing to do, John.
Oh, I should have done it in the opposite order. So then, Hero of the Empire jumps over to here, blocking all of that down, and he's going to attack the A-Wing. The reason why I'm clearing out the A-Wings is everything else is pretty much heavy, and I can do what I want after that. It's dead.
Okay.
I should have just led with him, and then I could have shot something else.
But I get to counter you, don't I?
A lot of wasted damage. Yep.
So let's see. We'll take these 2 blue dice. Ouch.
Cool. I'm fine with that.
I'm not.
Okay, now we're going to make that long-range shot against
The Vanguard.
Vanguard.
So this is my front, correct?
Yep. We'll leave it at that, because I really have nothing else I can do.
Okay. Been using the counters, but Valen Rudor kind of prevents me from doing counters. What's the specific text on this? It just says you can't counter him, right?
You can't attack him
Yeah.
if you're engaged.
Yeah.
And counters count as an attack.
So let's see. Fronting the front. Hitting the front, 4 damage. We're at long range here,
Correct.
and this is a long range shot.
Correct.
So let's go ahead.
That's Vanguard, right?
Vanguard's
You have a
over here.
redirect?
This is a redirect down here.
Do you need a redirect?
Yeah, if you have a redirect token, that'd make my life a little bit simpler. Forgot to bring it. Thank you. Is that easier?
Yeah. And I'm like, what tokens do you actually have over there?
Yeah, I've got hidden tokens, stealth tokens like TIE Phantoms. Alright, so... Do you have discaps on the... No, you can't, because that's a large ship.
Well, I discapped already.
Yeah, but I mean on the ISD, but you can't.
No.
So, alright, we're going to
Brace it to 2?
brace it to 2... I really want to redirect that. You know what? I'm going to take that on the front.
Okay, are you done doing your defense tokens?
Yes.
Okay, I
So what's
trigger heavy ion, so the front, the side, and the other side lose a shield.
So 1, 1, 1, and then I have to take 2, correct?
Correct.
So front shield's down to 0.
And then we move.
Weren't there 3 attacks on an A-Wing? There were 3 attacks on an A-Wing, but one of them destroyed it, and I fired back with no hits. Valen Rudor did one of them. I know we countered when I could, right?
Yeah, your counter, you missed.
Yeah, I missed.
Can't do it, and then... Did you do this guy?
I thought I did.
I think you just kept missing.
I seem to recall missing. Who's the rebel commander? Sato is the rebel commander. No room for the hammerheads.
is going to be horrible. So I overlapped all of these.
Cool. So we're gonna put him. Let's put Maarek Stele all the way back over here, and I want him far away from me as well. We're gonna put Gold Squadron here so that you can't double arc them, and him here. Same thing.
Okay, so that's the Interdictor. It is now to you.
That looks like a double arc shot from Salvation again.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible.
Alright, South yeah, cool. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Because I also don't want to ram into you and die.
I would be fine with that.
But you put your shields back up. You do a lot of damage to you.
I'm actually surprised at how efficient my fighters have been killing your fighters off, or how little points I've had.
I needed one X-Wing,
Yeah.
but wasn't thematic. I thought about bringing an X-Wing, but it wouldn't have done what I wanted it to. We are going to do Salvation. I have a concentrate fire dial, and let's see what I can't do here. So we're going to fire out the side first. So blue and red. I really want to... I'm going to swap the blue out for a black. I'm going to keep the red.
Okay.
So...
Oh, yikes.
do I want to add a die? We're at 3. We're going to add, concentrate fire in another black. There we go. So that's for 6 damage.
We will brace it to 3. And redirect 2 of it over here. Okay.
And now I get to fire that out the front. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. 1 red, 2 blacks. So that's 2, 4, 6 again. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to targeting scrambles. You can re-roll the black double hit, and you can re-roll the red crit.
Okay.
Well.
So we go from 6 to 4, and I can't use TRCs at this point. So.
Correct. Yikes. Okay, so we're going to take out those shields. And take 2 hull. No crits, though, so that's at least good.
Now I have to move.
Yes, you do.
I think speed 1.
We'll land.
I'll land. Double arcing your interdictor. That'll be interesting. And am I outside of long?
You are.
Good.
Gotta figure out where I want to put your fighters.
John Turner, this was my favorite battle, I think, in Rebels, was the Battle of Avalon. You really got to see Thrawn as I remember him from the Heir to the Empire series in terms of how he would work out. And it really showcased Constantine kind of screwing around and totally messing up Thrawn's plan.
Okay, like that.
All right, cool. So, your turn now.
Yes, it is. Strategic. It's your turn.
Long range.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have me double arced, though.
I think I do.
Well, laser would have helped. You just have my corner. No, you do not have me.
No, I don't.
Nope, you just have the side at long range.
Okay. 2. This is here. This is the transport I haven't activated the transport.
Correct.
So let's activate Bright Hope. I think we don't want to activate Torn Fire. Let's activate Bright Hope. Bright Hope has engineering. I'm going to keep it as a token. I think. Yeah, because I've got no damage. And then move 2.
This is turn 3?
This is turn 3.
Okay. And Interdictor is not long for this world.
I don't think so, no. Alright, your turn.
Okay, we're going to activate the Arquitens. I just measured it. I have a long range shot into
whereas Laboop, an Interdictor with a hand blaster. That is exactly the one.
Yeah, that's a good crit. I completely agree.
So we're going to shoot into your side.
From, that is it. It's clearly obstructed.
It's obstructed. But it's into your side.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to reveal a navigate, and we're going to use it as the dial. I get an additional squadron, which I'm going to just, toss because I already have a token and no squadrons to activate.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to make that 2 red dice attack into your side of that neb. I need multiple damage.
Mm-hmm.
For, that seems pretty good. So you cancel out the double.
I'm going to cancel the double, and I'll take the single hit.
Yep. Yeah, damage, baby. And then we're going to curve ourselves in. Thank you. I think like this. Can you straighten that one out? Hold on. Actually, I want to be right there. We'll go right there. Give myself lots of options. There.
Alright, we're going to activate Torn Far. Squadron.
Dials.
Token.
Throwing dials around? Yeah.
And then we're going to comms net that token. Where do I want to throw it? I think I want to throw it over here. Yeah. So Vanguard now has.
Also, just before I forget, you're activating a ship. I hit Interdictor to redo targeting scramblers.
Okay. And now I have to move, and she's moving at 3, because that's Torn Far. Ugh. I'm not liking my options here.
Okay.
Alright, this will make it. Can we lift this just a smidge and hold that?
Yeah, let me actually focus in on this.
Thank you.
Ken really wants to press that outer limit of where we have our camera set up.
Yeah.
So we probably will be readjusting it when he flies off the screen. Okay, so then it goes to me. And I have to figure out where and what I want to do. So the only ship I have left is the Star Destroyer. We're going to be revealing a Navigate. We're going to be using it. I'm going to be taking the squadron as a token. I have long-range shots. Nothing really that impressive. But I think we're going to throw 3 red dice against your front. Because this is medium. I would rather shoot at your flagship.
Okay.
Okay, so 3 red dice at your front. Really no reroll methods. I have XI7s. You only have 1 shield. You can move it to anyway. So I need 3 plus damage because you're going to cancel 1 out. 3 crits. Or 3 doubles. 2 hits.
2 hits. Why are there 3 in there?
Because I
Was
paused
it
it.
blank?
Yeah, when
Two
I put it
regular.
together. 2 regulars.
Let's go ahead and cancel one of them, and I'll redirect the other one to the shield over here.
Okay. Now I have to figure out where I want to move. And I think it's going to be to here. I don't want to jump up to speed 3. So we will increase to speed 2. And I think I'm going to jog it to there. Like that. I'm going to land on my squadron. It's not what I want to do, but it's better for next turn. Because now I have you double arced into your front of Salvation Fighter.
I think I kind of want to put you right here. But no, I don't, because I can do more fun things with you. I'm going to throw them in the corner here.
Good. Okay, that's my activation.
Alright, so my turn. We're going to activate the flagship.
Yep.
So Vanguard. Squadrons. And that's 2 plus with the token I can activate all 3 of my squadrons.
Correct.
So we're going to start by activating all my squadrons.
So my squadrons were in a really good defensive position until I landed on them.
Isn't that fun how that works?
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, so I've got Gold Squadron and 2 regular squadrons. So let's see, nothing's engaged. Let's move Gold Squadron over here,
Tacking into the front.
attacking into the front. So that's 2 blues. And what tokens do we have here? I'm just... Ooh.
You can't. There's nothing that
It's
matters.
just not gonna
just
matter, yeah.
All damage.
Okay. Then there's the Y-Wing in front of you. So that's a black die.
I'm
He
fine
misses.
with that.
And this guy...
You can attack into the side or the front from there.
Yeah. But he's double arc. I don't like that. So I'm going to go to the front.
That's why I put him there.
And I don't like that black die.
Well,
I
you
don't like that one either. Okay. So, let's see. Time to make some shots. We are clearly at medium range. I think, right? Yeah. So we're going to do...
It's obstructed as well.
Yeah. But I can't hit anything. Well, I could shoot at the front here, but I kind of want to try and get some damage in there. So let's go ahead. We're going to make the shot in. Do I want to do red or do I want to do blue? More chances of missing at blue or at red. It's what, 3 blanks versus 2? Let's throw the blue one in. That's a crit.
Okay, I will contain it
Mhm.
and then just take it.
Okay. And then I'm going to make the front shot into the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
So I got 3 reds, and I just realized I could have swapped that out for blacks.
Yes, you could have.
Forgetting Sato. My bad. I don't know that that would have changed much, but all right.
I definitely am going to just take the damage from that. I don't think
Wow.
you have anything to modify it.
No, I got nothing to modify it with.
Okay, so we're going to redirect that over to the side.
Ouch.
That hurts, man. And then you have to move.
Heil, first live viewing. Hello, Daniel. Welcome. And yes, I agree. I do need to hit with the squadrons. It's just the dice are getting cold, and they're John's dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop using them after this turn.
Ken's super superstitious about dice.
Let's see. That lands on something. If I go this way, I don't really want. Yeah, that might get me to double arc. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to survive to next turn, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem here.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to activate the next turn. That's more of what I meant.
All right. So he's going here.
And you take 2 damage.
You take 2 damage coming off the rear.
Cool.
All right. You're out of activations, correct?
Correct.
So now it's time for me to activate the CR90. Concentrate fire. I have long range here, but we said I only have out of the side, correct?
Correct.
And I'm gonna say, would you consider that obstructed or not? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I'll go with that. It's not done.
Okay.
So it's a red dice.
It'll be 1 red die, which I get to convert to a black.
Correct. If you want.
I don't. So let's do this. So this guy activates, firing from the side into your front, not obstructed. Here's the red, which
Into the
bounces
thing.
off.
That benefits you. It bounced out as a blank.
Okay.
It's still a blank.
I'm going to concentrate fire in another red,
Oh,
and
geez.
then I'm going to TRC the other one to a double.
Okay, so I
So it's 2 doubles.
burned the brace out to take 2 damage. Otherwise, I would have died.
And then I guess I could just fire because I can.
Long range?
Let's fire the long range right in the starter's fire.
Okay.
See if I can do something.
Into the box, Ken.
Into the box. Yeah, I know.
So no.
No.
That's what needed to happen against my interdictor.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Now
So
I gotta move.
Now I gotta move. And I think what I'm going to do is slow down to speed 1. Token, put myself there. Okay, that's all
All
my
sheet rock?
ships. Yeah, and I think that's all our squadrons too.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so
That's that turn.
that's that turn. So we get to refresh our tokens. We get Turbolasers back.
Get redirects that don't matter.
Turn 4, guys. I'm not superstitious, I'm just a little stitious.
That's funny. Okay. This is going to be my last Thrawn dial. You probably will never guess what it is.
Let's see. Pull up a seat, grab a whiskey, place a bet, and hope Ken wins. History has proven him correct about your dice. Not superstitious, it's a little stitious. Here we go, folks. I have my own dice.
Okay,
We'll
so
see if that works.
before I do anything, I'm going to just show you. I have a shot into your side here.
I agree.
From my side.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, cool. Because this ship is on a station, it's going to turn around. Just
Hang on a second, just wanna.
like the dots actually.
Dots are actually good.
Yeah.
No, we're good. So
Okay, cool.
you've got a double arc into the side there, yes.
So are we?
I
You're
need
done
to
setting.
set some dials
Let
here.
me know. So, I have this theory, right?
I think this is what I want to do. Is that what I want to do?
So, here's a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think I can get 4 hits total out of all of my TIE Fighters?
The way your dice are rolling, they're actually not doing too bad right now.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Or structural.
Higher chances of you doing that. Higher chances of you doing that.
Okay, let me know when you're set.
Just about.
You ready?
Said someone raise a flag for Team John. Defend the Empire's pride.
I think this turn's going to be a good turn for the Empire.
Well, we're going to find out here, aren't we?
Okay, so we're going to reveal a Thrawn dial. It is squadrons.
Surprise, surprise.
Then, okay, here's theoretically if things go perfectly, right? If they go perfectly, I'm going to move all my squadrons. I'm going to give up the interdictor. It's done. So I'm going to move all my squadrons over here, bombing you, leaving you on 1 health. Then I'm going to double arc into your side with the Star Destroyer, killing that ship, and that ship by ramming it, staying where I am so your Neb-B has to come in.
Okay.
Perfect world. I don't
Now,
know.
let's see how that works.
I need 4 damage onto this ship.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be revealing an engineering on my Star Destroyer. We're going to spend out this token, and we're going to boarding troopers your Neb-B.
Alright. That's the one where you get to choose my,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can exhaust 4 of your defense tokens.
4, huh?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. And then we're going to speed 2. Let's start moving squadrons. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move the Hero of the Empire in, because he's the one that really matters. If I can get double crits off into you. There's a hit crit.
Okay. Hit crit. I can brace that to only take the hit, or the crit, right?
Yeah. Structural, come on.
Injured crew. It is a crew damage card. Choose and discard one of your defense tokens, then flip this card face down. I'm going to just dump the
Redirect, that doesn't matter.
redirect. That doesn't matter. I'll give that back to you.
Cool.
So there we go. There's the one.
Okay, so now I know that I have to attack you.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to throw this. Oh, also I get a point because of
Yeah, because the squadron actually did some damage.
Empire Squadron.
And that's an extra 15 points. It's been a while since we've updated the score. So let's see, that's now 49, 54 to 16, John.
This TIE fighter jumps all the way over here, engaging your 2 fighters over here.
Okay.
And he's going to then attack. I don't care. Let's attack the.
Yeah, they're both the same.
But one. Yeah, let's
Gold
attack
is
Gold
not
Squadron.
heavy.
Let's attack Gold Squadron for 3 damage.
Wow.
Wow. Where was that earlier? And then Rudor is going to fly into here, and he's going to attack him as well. 3 black dice with a swarm reroll. 3 damage takes him out.
And there's a
Oh,
reroll.
can I get it? I
Yes.
do.
All
Gold
right.
Squadron is dead.
Gold squadron gone.
And I have your fighters now locked down.
That you do.
So, I think we're going to just attempt to kill Sato on his ship with this juicy front arc. So 3 blacks, or do I just want to leave him alive? I think. What speed is Sato going?
2.
He's going to be gone. Oh boy. Because I really want to kill Salvation. Let's actually make the Salvation attack from my side into your side first. So that's going to be 2 reds and 2 blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Really no rerolls because I need the blue dice. This is why the ISD one's not very good. But you can't... It doesn't matter. So 3 damage.
3 damage. All right. I'm going to spend out this brace to make it into 2. This is hitting the side, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so 1, 2. Choices.
I'm going to kill Salvation.
Okay.
So, I'll explain why afterwards. So I get 3 reds. This is front into your side.
Mm-hmm.
Blacks and all that other fun stuff. And I have leading shots with this one. I need what, really?
4.
Into accuracy.
Yeah. Ooh.
So we're definitely leading shots that.
Yeah.
So that is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. So that's really only 3.
Yeah.
So I need a couple more damage on this. We're actually going to reroll this one. If I get the accuracy, then you're
4.
dead. Accuracy.
There's the accuracy. I can't brace it.
Brace it.
That will kill it.
Yes,
So
it is.
All right.
Okay, then I move.
Salvation's down. Unfortunately.
So then I go to move, right?
Yes.
And I ram you.
Yes.
And I fall back on the station and heal. So I just discard a card, and you take 1.
Yes. So 64, 69, 76 points.
Okay, now it's going to be your activation.
What did I do here? That's actually potentially useful.
After Ken activates, I'll explain why I did what I did.
We're going to activate the Vanguard. I have an engineering token set. So 3 engineering. I could get rid of a damage card or bring back 1 shield. I think I'm actually going to get rid of a damage card.
Okay.
And then, yeah, because that's not going to help me out here at all. And let's make some shots. I can definitely hit the front of you. I can also hit the sides. So let's start with we're going to do
Choices.
Well, see, the real question I have here is, do I fire, because I've got gunnery teams, I can hit both of your ships out the side, or I could rather be hit the front of this and try and flak some of your squadrons. I won't kill them, but then I put them in a good spot for me to take them out. Or do I take this front shot in the ISD? You know what? We're going to make the side shot to the front of your Interdictor as a start. So I get
It is close range.
the red and blue,
Correct.
and I'm going to swamp them out, I think, for blacks.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to be my best bet to do something here. 3 with a crit.
Targeting scramble, both of them. Oh,
2.
it was so close!
2.
Oh, that's gonna kill it, I believe, because I have 9 health. Yep.
So that is a dead Interdictor.
Woohoo! So that's the reason why I did it that way, is because Salvation was basically 100% gonna murder it,
Yeah.
and I had a chance of surviving with it if you didn't do that. Like, I have a, 1/4 chance that this
Yeah.
will come up as a blank. And let's pretend that you did that the first time, then I just target scrambled that, because I would have
Yeah.
survived with that.
How many points was your interdictor, John?
A lot, I have no clue.
We'll update the score for you. Faster to do it this way so you guys can play along.
The interdictor is 112.
We are now less than 20 points difference.
Still me up or still you up?
You are still up.
Okay.
So 142, 128. So
Okay.
this is getting interesting, folks.
Woo, man!
Okay, so that was my first shot.
Yep.
I know what I kind of want to do.
Which is just shoot into my front.
Well, I have the potential to do 2 damage on... Because I can hit all your squadrons.
Okay, that will be a scatter, that will be a brace to one,
To one.
and that will
Yeah,
be
so,
whatever you
no,
do.
I'm going to hit the front. So, red, 2 blacks. Thrawn did tell Constantine to stay back. Yes, he did. All right, let's see what we got against the front of the ISD. 2 hits and a crit.
Okay, we are going to just redirect all of that to this side. Strong side forward.
Okay, and then I'm going to have to...
Did I even use my engineering?
I don't think you did.
Okay, so that's all I could have done.
Can I actually make that?
Yeah.
I could. So get that lined up right. If you can move that.
Right there.
And I believe you only have 1 arc on me, right?
Oh yeah, 1 arc.
Still going to hurt, but... All right, so back to you.
Back to me. My last ship is my... Can you do some ranges type
Sure.
thing?
So the side, you've got it long range.
Mm-hmm. And then the front. Close? Is that close range?
No, this is medium.
Medium? That's disappointing. So we'll probably be flapping.
Okay.
Nope, we're going to shoot at this ship.
Okay, so side.
Side.
So 2 reds.
So let me show what I got. I got a navigate, because that's what I do with this ship. And we're going to be shooting a red at your Corvette into the front for a hit.
Into the front.
Yep,
We're at medium range.
correct.
I'm going to exhaust Major Durlin to reduce the damage by 1.
Cool. And then we're going to shoot 2 dice obstructed into the side of your ship over here. I need just a little bit of damage. I don't need much, I just need a little bit. And we're going to block out your evade and give you a crit.
Yeah, I have to take it. Alright, so here we go. The crit is... Son of a... Structural damage.
Which is a ship effect, by the
It's
way.
a ship
for the
effect.
For the Clone Wars expansion.
Alright. That sucks.
And then we're going to move.
I think I'm going to lose another ship here.
Next turn, yes. Yes, you will. And we could reduce speed. This is just not a good spot to be.
And while we have the dead air, folks, again, throw questions up in the chat. Make some funny comments.
I'm going to move there. And I'm going to land on this guy.
Where do I want him?
I don't want him engaged with anything.
But I think I'd put him here. Huh.
Okay.
Okay, so... No. And no.
think I did it right.
Yeah, you may have. Funny comment from. All right, PLT 998 is
Also,
awesome.
you're engaged with this TIE Fighter.
Yeah, but I just need to be within range, right? There's no requirement meeting on.
No, what I'm saying is that this cannot attack ships because you're engaged here and can't.
Right, but I was thinking more for Sato's effect.
True.
Yeah. No, I agree with you though. Yes, you are.
No, but it's more important for me right now to lock down your squadrons than anything else.
So I'm going to activate the CR90. Concentrate fire. Was that what I really wanted to do? Yes. So I get to shoot right into your side here.
If you want.
I could shoot at the front of the Star Destroyer, but what's the point, really? So that's 2 and blue.
You mean I locked your ship in where it is?
You might have. Let's see what happens. Here we go. That's 2 hits, not exactly what I wanted. So let's spend. Yeah, before I do that, we're going to concentrate fire in another red.
Yikes.
Alright, now we're going to Turbolaser Reroute circuit. I can do one with. It's a crit or 2, right? Let's do 2.
2, 4.
So 4 total.
So we're going to redirect 2 of that to the front and then 2 to the side.
Did FFG talk about the restock of Armada stuff? No.
No, they did not say anything about it.
And while I'm figuring out, no, I'm going to ram you.
Correct.
So we both take a damage.
Correct.
Alright, then I'm done with. Oh, wait, before. I would have flacked out the
That's
one
fine.
squadron. Can I hit the other type? I don't think I can. It's not going to matter, it'll be scatter, right? I can. We'll see if it happens. Alright, so let's do Valen Rudor first. Nothing.
Okay.
And Maarek, nothing.
Cool.
So it didn't even matter. So I knew it was just going to roll junk. So, John, here's a question that came out from Ryan Crow. Which of the new factions are you guys more excited about?
No, that is easy. Separatist. I actually think the Separatist... So, I don't know if you've ever... What's his name? He does a lot of videos. Eckhart's Ladder?
Yeah.
So, Eckhart Ladder actually always talks about it. And I think the best fleet, like, from actually, like, a military point of view, is the Separatists. They have lots of squadrons. They have lots of bombers. They use them. They're not even using, quote-unquote, people because they're all droids, which makes sense. Like, if you could have a droid army, why not? They have carriers that are effective in their carriers. They have transports that are effective. They have a versatile amount of cruisers and destroyers and frigates compared to, like, the Empire, which lock themselves into... They have a Star Destroyer. And then we've been, for the last, 30 years-ish, filling out little tiny subclasses, but we never really see them on screen. Like, thankfully for Rebels, we get, like, actually to see the Arquitens and the Gazantis actually used, but for the most part, in all of canon, it's just Star Destroyers. Like, you can see the effect of that in the new movies, when you just have a fleet of Star Destroyers and you have nothing that's anti-squadron, nothing that's small ship, you just get wrecked. So the Separatist faction itself is very diverse and has all the different appropriate ships for different classes, and that's one of the reasons why I'm excited. Like, when they drop the Providence, I would love to get a Lucrehult, but that's going to be a giant, huge ship. They had the Recusant or whatever it's called, they teased, and then you have the Hard Cell, and you have the Munificent. You have other different classes because there was a lot of different groups coming together putting their ships forward. Like, you just have a lot of options, and I think they're going to be the faction to beat. That's a long answer. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll give my answer in a second. I'm going to go ahead and activate my 2 transports real quick.
Yep.
So first one's Bright Hope. Nav, going to keep it as a dial. I'm going to use the engineering token. I measured it up already. If you want, I will do it again. but I'm within distance 2 of the CR90.
That's fine.
So, using repair crew, the CR90 is back to full health.
Cool.
So that, honestly, this has actually worked out remarkably well for me. Bright Hope with repair crews. And I think what I'm going to do is just swing it around like this. Putting transport over there. I'm looking forward to the exact opposite. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the
Okay, I'm gonna move
Republic
cameras
forces.
around, so hold on.
We're gonna make y'all dizzy, folks. I'm off the board.
Yeah. Okay, that should get the rest
Better?
of the battle in.
I think we got everything right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to the clones?
I'm looking forward to the clones. I just think dealing with the Jedi is going to be a lot of fun. That's the part I'm honestly looking forward to, because I'm curious to see what their superpowers are, because you know they're going to have something. I have navigate here. I'm going to use the dial. I am at speed 3. I'm going to drop down to speed 2. And I'm going to really force my turn here. My big thing there, again, like I said, Jedi I think are going to be interesting. I'm curious to see what they do with force powers. To answer another question that's here in the chat, yeah, Arquitens are great. I think I've got 3 or 4 of them. John, how many do you have?
3.
So we loaded up on them when they first kind of came out. They're a really good Imperial ship. Really give you the opportunity to move around and figure things out. No reprints in Germany. Sorry to hear about that. I mean, we'd love to be able to play more Armada across the world.
Okay, is that the end of your stuff?
That's the end of this. I think we're now at squadrons.
Squadrons, you have 2.
I have 2. So I have to shoot at things.
And you basically have to shoot at the TIE Fighter.
So I'm going to start with that TIE Fighter. So I get 2 blues, and I'm going to roll my dice. See, this is the problem, is I've been using your dice. That's why I haven't killed things earlier. All right, let's see. Let's see if my dice are any better.
Nope.
Good golly. No? All right.
And then the other one?
Yeah, and I can shoot at... am I in range?
Yes, you're engaged with that TIE Fighter.
That looks a lot beyond 1. Or is it just me? Yeah, that's just me. 2 hits.
Hey, did some damage.
Now my dice are working. They're rolling. They needed to warm up. Those are my 2 squadrons. That's all the squadrons. So status phase, we load everything up. Get my cards back.
Get some defense tokens back. And then I have the hard choice of deciding what I'm going to do. What defense tokens do you have left on your...
An evade and a brace.
You know, how much health does your sovereign or salvation have?
2 left.
Oh my gosh.
We are going into turn 5.
This is going to be... So I'm actually, this game, taking a lot of weird risks, right?
I would agree.
So we're going to continue taking a lot of strange risks.
I'm listening, John.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just updating that we're turn 5.
Okay, so I don't have any Thrawn dials anymore.
No, you don't.
We're going to activate...
Oh, hang on. I should probably set my dials, huh?
Yes. Before I start declaring what I'm doing.
Yeah, before yeah, we may want to do that. Okay, let's see. I'm hoping I get to do what I get. No, this is going to be an interesting question. How do I want to do this? Okay, now I'm set. What are you hoping to do here, John?
Okay, because I have your fighters locked down here, right?
You do.
This ship, I don't think is going to be able to kill that ship. Unless something miraculous happens.
Never know.
I don't want my Star Destroyer to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have a good shot on that ship.
I think I know what you're going to do.
So we're going to activate this ship.
Ooh, I was
Right.
not expecting that.
We are revealing a concentrate fire. I have you obstructed into your side at medium range.
Yes.
I also have a squadron that can move 5. So we're going to move him with this token that I've been collecting the entire game all the way down here to shoot into the rear of your ship.
I think I see where this is going.
We'll then roll and turn that into a crit. So hit crit into your rear,
So I have to brace.
yes, or die, and then see if it's a structural.
It is not.
What is it?
Blinded gunners. While attacking, I cannot spend defense or accuracy icons.
Okay.
So
cool.
you now need to do 1 damage.
1 damage, and I get a token because of that.
You do get a token, yes.
So I'm up 2 tokens.
You are up 2 tokens. So let's see, 150. They're 15 points each.
Okay, so I have a concentrate fire, right? You have an evade. I need to get 1 damage through. So what we're going to start with is 2 red dice obstructed, or so 3 obstructed, 2 dice into the side of your ship. You have an evade, so you can make me re-roll this. So I need 2 hits to kill you. And I have linked. There it is. You're done.
So yeah, no matter what I do, that is a dead Nebulan B.
Yep. And then I still have a concentrate fire, and I have this super juicy side shot into your front. So we're going to take that. We're going to shoot. I'm just going to put all 4 reds in all at the same time, spending the dial. 4 into your front. Like that. And then we're going to re-roll one of these. Into 4 hits into your front.
So, really want to brace. We are going to redirect. I'm going to redirect. We're going to put 2 here.
Yep.
And then 2 on the front.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm going to move. And I'm going to totally crash onto this. Let me actually do a legal move. I'm going to crash onto this debris field. This debris field has been the pain of both of us. Like that. And we're going to take the 2 damage to this far side. Like that.
Playmat looks nice. Again, with the playmat. Gamer mats, I think, is where we said you bought it.
Yeah, I bought it at one of the local stores. And, yeah, I really like it. It's just basically a blank white thing, so gamer mat is what the only thing that's written on it, and then the name of this map. So your activation.
Yeah. All right, so medium transport over here, Bright Hope, engineering, and because we're token.
Taking it as a token?
Taking it as a token.
Let me rotate so we can see this.
And then
You're moving.
speed 2. Your turn.
Strategic, you can have the turn back.
Really do not want to get in a spot where you're double arcing. What's the distance here?
We're
So-
medium range. I really would like to use my black dice, though.
Yeah, I know. So, I'm not going to let you do that. Activating the other transport, comms netting, a concentrate fire over here,
Okay.
and that's all I can really do outside of moving.
Okay.
Back to you. So I just don't want you to use those black dice.
I know. Let me get a good view of this. That was annoying, but it is what it is. It's not that I didn't see that. You are at blue range. I don't think I'm going to have time to kill those. So, Thrawn's ship is revealing a squadron. And we're going to be activating my 2 squadrons, I think. I think we're going to move out. You're heavy, so I can move wherever I want. And I think we're going to move into the front of your ship. I'm just going to move that one there. And we're going to shoot into the front of your ship. For a hit.
Alright, and well, Durlin did not take it.
Cool. And then we're going to move another one into the front of your ship. For nothing. Okay. And then I get 1 shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 2 blues and 3 reds. It's now not obstructed.
Yeah.
And we're going to shoot the front of your ship. This is blue range. You have 4 health.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do 6 damage to kill you. Because if you cancel 1 out, and you can only redirect 1, then 5. So, or structural pull. That's not going to happen with 6 dice, but, you know, stranger things have happened. You're dead.
6 crits, yeah, because I can go ahead and knock out one of them.
Move 1 of them.
Move 1 because of XI7s, and then I have to take 4 more, which kills it. So, for the interested party, thrust control malfunction, a ship damage card. We'll take the other 3. And that kills all my squadrons, so that's effectively a table.
I think you could try to kill the TIE Fighter if you want with this ship. I'm going to do this maneuver to ram, and then I fall back to
There.
here, which doesn't crunch anything.
No.
And then we both take a damage. Like that.
Let's see. For squadron phase, all I have left to do is move these 2, right?
Correct.
And we're both engaged with Valen Rudor.
Yes, this
So-
guy's actually engaged with this guy, so he has to attack that guy, so
Right.
you have a chance of killing him.
All right, so let me do that. Let's kill the TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter's dead.
TIE Fighter's dead, so Ken gets what? Another 8 points.
Yep. And then
So-
the other guy attacks Valen, and he will use the scatter. He's only 2 dice, so even if you get the evade, I take a damage.
All right, so I'm marking it down here. Final score looks to be 430 because you have 2 victory points, and I have 136. So give us a second, folks. We're going to move ourselves around just a smidge. Good game, John.
Yeah, that was very, very close.
There's a couple things that could have gone different. I think that would have changed the entirety of how that game went.
Yes, there is. Let me get that. Let me see. Are you in? Yeah, and I can lean in. Okay. Let's switch it over to that. Okay.
All right, I still have the chat window up, so of course feel free to ask questions as we go. But let's talk about the battle. Kind of went the way Rebels went. So, you know, that was the whole plan, folks, was we wanted to recreate it, and we kind of did, except the Ghost died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Your squadrons were much more effective than I thought they would be.
yes, they were. I know I actually talked bad about my squadrons from the very beginning, and then they ended up killing all of your squadrons. Maarek Stele is just such a boss. If I had... I know it's not thematic, so Jendon's not here. But that's why that combo is so broken. Like, could you imagine if I was Jendoning into your ships?
Mm-hmm.
It would have just been insane. Rudor really, really helped me with your counter. I blocked almost all of your counter shots because you can't attack him,
Right.
which worked out really well. when we were taking bets, the reason why I was measuring to see, because right then as I knew I could possibly win it by killing things in that order, that if I let Salvation survive, I don't know if you would have killed my Interdictor, and
the Interdictor would have been done, and I would have had another shot against your Star Destroyer.
And then it would have been on the side, and as soon as you get around the side of a ISD-1, it's like 2 reds and 2 blacks.
You're
like
not hitting me.
no damage.
I think where I went wrong, I slowed down a little too much.
Yes.
I needed to be moving faster with some of my stuff, and that's kind of what killed my ability to really win the game. I had a decent shot at this one, to be honest. The squadron combat,
Me killing Hera right off
the bat, and I only got to use her once, really negatively impacted my squadron game. Your squadrons came into play in turn 4, which really wound up doing things. Considering what you went up against, I think you could have played it. Could not have played it any better, or did, or could.
No, I actually think you played it really well. Your ships were in the proper place the entire time. The one ship that was out of place was Torrin Far. That was way off. If Torrin Far was inside,
I could have done more.
Because you did the entire squadron combat without Torrin Far being in it. She should have been like right into the middle, because if she dies on the transport, that means I'm not shooting at your combat ships.
Right.
So that's something that I started doing just recently. Is I don't know. I always feel like I play so very defensively with my transports and things like that, because I need them. But at the end of the game, I would rather you take 1 or 2 shots at my transports than take a big shot against my Star Destroyers. Like one of the games we played recently, I ended up throwing, it was my Onager shot from last night, like all the dice, re-rolling it, and it was a great roll, and it didn't matter because the only shot I could take was against the transport, which is really frustrating when you just scatter it. Yeah, so I don't know. That was actually a really fun game. So, any other thoughts on yours?
The first thought I have is that I messed up what the final score is. I did not win. John did. So PLT 999, it's not your writing that's atrocious. I'm thinking clearly I'm cheating with telling the final scores. Let's see. So I thought, I enjoyed the way this game went, and I really thought I could have done something. My squadrons didn't do anything, and Torrin was out of place the entire game. That's kind of what wound up hurting me a little bit. I was hoping to get around your Star Destroyer. I was moving a little bit too slow, and I think that hurt. But I was also trying to avoid getting into close range of that ISD-1, which for the most part I effectively did. I don't think you got a single one black shot off with that. So that was good.
That's how I killed Salvation.
Salvation. I did take out your Interdictor, which is a win for me, that I blew up one of your big ships.
Yeah, that thing went down hard.
So, that was actually overall pretty good. Scald, nice to see you back. Sorry you had to go to work meetings, but don't worry, you'll be able to watch the stream again. What else can I really say? The upgrades that I had on this particular fleet weren't bad. I needed rerolls on Vanguard.
Yeah.
And I really didn't have anything. I did not get I got the utility once out of Auxiliary Shield Team, but that was it. I would have been better off having something more offensive to reroll dice.
Yeah, so I think what's interesting is you actually got a ton of Sato out of this.
I did, versus last night.
So the Sato is such a difficult commander, because Sato actually needs to be played at 500 points. Because Sato needs cards, he needs enough shifts that he gets utility out of him. Then he needs enough upgrades so that you can do something with those dice. Either to re-roll them, because black dice can be super unreliable, or some sort of crit effect. And then you also are like, after you're done building like 425 points of ships and realizing you're going to have to cut down by 25 because you can't actually do what you want, then you're like, oh yeah, I also need squadrons. And you can't just bring like 2 squadrons, you need a whole fleet of squadrons. So then you're like, oh, okay, well, all those ships that need to be in the game aren't in the game. So this is actually a decent...
I had 94 points of squadrons.
Yeah.
And what I really wanted to do is I needed about another 60, 70 points
Of
to be able to
upgrades.
bring in a hammerhead with a couple upgrades and like maybe one more upgrade and whatnot. Ezra, I threw him in last minute. Didn't quite do what I needed him to do, but he kind of moved
It
thing
moved
around.
it right into the way, so I couldn't fly my interdictor
It
where I
required
wanted
you to move to change your tactic a little bit.
Looking back, I should have just taken the crit instead of giving you the double arc.
Yes, because you may have had the interdictor. That's something new on the channel. John's saying he should have done something different instead of me constantly saying.
Yeah, because if I were to have just moved straight forward, eating the asteroid, I would have gotten. There's no way to know. Let's just pretend.
Well, I think that particular one.
A power failure, but then you wouldn't have had me double arc for 2 turns.
Right, which
in that
would have
range.
changed. You would have been 4 less. You probably would have still been up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I would
But
have
that's
loved
only
it.
because you moved it.
That's true. An X-wing would have been good to escort Hera. I had the space for it. I could have taken out Ezra and put in an X-wing. But again, I kind of wanted to go second. I wanted you to choose from my objective cards, just because none of them were really good choices for you.
You want to see what you could have chosen?
I'm curious. What would you have?
You could have chosen from Advanced Gunnery.
Yeah, no.
You could put it on Salvation. No, you
True.
can't because
No.
you had Gunnery teams
I had gunnery
on
teams
Salvation.
on it.
Contested Outpost.
Maybe.
Superior Positions.
Yeah, probably would have done contested outpost.
Yeah.
Of the 3,
That would be the safest bet.
because you'd be sitting back, and I could chew on 1 or 2 of your ships.
You also can move it with Ezra.
Yeah. So a couple different things that could have done. Having first player would have been an advantage to me a little bit, just because I could have had that first strike with Salvation. I thought about it, earlier, but I mean that is what it is. I'll check.
I just thought of something.
Go ahead. What'd you think of?
We'll have to go back and look, but you were counting crits out of Salvation's side as extra damage.
Oh, I think I was, but I didn't really hit often out of the side.
Right, but 1 extra damage 2 to 3 times is a lot of damage.
That's true.
We'll have to go back and look at that.
We'll go back and look. No one caught that.
No. I didn't even think about it, but that's why you had Gunnery
Yeah,
teams on
Salvation is only the.
front arc.
Where's the card? Yeah, it is.
It is only the front arc.
Yes.
We'll have to go back and watch
We'll have
that.
to go back. We'll check. Maybe I didn't, but for purposes of this, we did.
So that would have been even another better reason for me to jump to the side
Yeah.
and eaten that asteroid because I
Mhm.
would have taken way less damage.
But I could have then hit you with something else too. You probably still would have lost the interdictor.
Yeah.
I think the final outcome would not have changed.
No.
Uh,
No. So that was actually one of the first times that an Arquiten actually did something for me. The Arquiten did work.
it did.
Like when it came in out of nowhere and like just cut across the battlefield,
Mhm.
it allowed me to make sure my Star Destroyer stayed where it was,
Mhm.
and also that it killed like practically 2 of your ships.
Mhm.
So that was probably one of the best red dice rolls I've ever had.
Yeah.
2
Your
doubles
red
and then
dice
2
got
blanks,
better
'cause,
at the end of the game.
Don't want to get you too excited.
Yeah. Really.
So yeah, no, that was actually a fun match.
Yeah, no, that was. I enjoyed it. I actually felt like I had a chance to win this time. Maybe next time. We'll see. So let's check the chat. What do we got here going on?
Yeah, you guys have any questions for us, or any comments about the new Clone Wars stuff? Any comments about our games, or anything that you would like us to do in the future? You got us live. Even though I feel like we're pretty good at answering everyone in the
Yeah, we try
comments
to
of our
do it
videos.
as we go. It makes the stream a little bit longer, but I think that's one of the things that we enjoy about still being a relatively small channel is that we get a lot of interaction with you guys. We do our best to try and respond back to your comments and emails and everything else that we get. And when this is finally done, we'll also post up stuff for our Twitter and the rest of
Oh
it.
yeah, that's new.
That's new. So we've added Twitter, we've added Instagram. There's not much on that yet. Facebook has been running for a while, and then of course the YouTube channel. Buy chimeras all over the place. No Arquitens. Completely agree. I have a fleet at 400 points that requires 5 Arquitens. I'm really tempted to run that at some point. It'd be kind of janky because it's 5 Arquitens. With
You know I
very
love
little on
janky.
So we'll have to look at that. We talked about the placemats,
card pack. I'm really looking forward to that. I really want to know what's coming in there. Considering what you went up against, couldn't have played it better. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, John wins most of the time. To be fair, you do have about a year more experience underneath your belt. I would like to think, and I've had a couple folks say this, that over the course of the 18 videos we've released,
Yes.
there's a clear difference in how much better I'm playing, so that's cool. John's probably going to shake his head no, saying, no, Ken still sucks. So.
No, Ken, you've gotten a lot better. You use squadrons. Let's just pretend this is our first 5 videos.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had a single squadron command because you would have been relying on Hera to do all your squadron pushing.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
You've physically, or sorry, not physically. Mentally. I'm mentally exhausted and physically after doing this 2 days in a row.
Where I'm totally ready to go another couple of games, and I'm older than he is.
Yeah, so mentally you've changed how you've done your dials.
Mm-hmm.
Still working on your deployment.
Yeah.
But you've changed how you've done your dials, and your dials are far more efficient. There's less times that you're just tossing dials because you have the wrong thing done.
Right.
And I think that, in the one game I think that we played a while back, it was against the 2-ship list.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, well, I have a squadron, but it's the wrong command. It was the right command. You didn't know at the time that all your squadrons would be dead.
That's true.
So it was the right command planned because in that turn you needed to use the squadrons that you had. So I feel that your dial selection and your just command of the order action is better. Also, the first time you would have charged that CR-90 right into my Star Destroyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't do it this time.
You did not do it this time. It's improvement.
So yeah, slow but sure. I mean, one of the things we've discussed again and again, Armada's a game where you're going to lose a lot before you get better. And one of the things I enjoy playing against John is he is significantly better than I am, but I'm learning quite a bit at a very fast pace. Over the 18 games we filmed, plus the campaign, you're going to see a marked difference. I'm really looking forward, because I think the next series of Armada videos we're filming is probably going to be campaign.
Yes.
We'll probably have 1 or 2 other battle reports thrown in there, but we're definitely going to be doing campaign in the not too distant future. And that'll start getting released, I think, end of August.
Do you have any of your fleets decided on yet?
Not quite. If we had 3 fleets each, we're going to do 2 fleets instead of 3. If we had 3, I know one of them would be really jank. It'd be an MC-80 Liberty with a GR-75, MC-75. Because it would just fit into 200 points. And
That's
I figured that
horrible.
would irritate you to no end.
Yeah, it would.
There'd be no upgrades on it, so it's all blank, but it'd be hard to knock those down at the beginning.
That's horrible.
So I'm not doing that. Let's see. Ken's squadron's missing earlier. We talked about that. Stupid work meetings ended up messing up the whole new. We talked about that. It does suck when you have work meetings. I took today off. Maybe time for another SSD fleet in your upcoming battles. Haven't seen one for a while.
Funny you say that. I've been experimenting. I go through waves of. Actually, my girlfriend Riley, when I was the other day, I was just relaxing on the couch, like this, and then all of a sudden I was like this, and I'm like, I use a fleet builder on my phone, and all of a sudden I'm like, no, typing in stuff, and she's like, what happened? What's wrong? And I'm like, I just came up with the fleet. She's like, ugh, that's what I thought.
Yeah, when I sit there, you see me pull my phone out, and I'm doing one of these, something's wrong at work, and I gotta fix it. But,
No, I brainstormed an idea.
Yeah.
So, I brainstorm ideas. I've actually been thinking about doing a couple different Super Star Destroyer builds, because it's one of the most expensive miniatures I own, and I think I've used it 2 times.
Yeah.
3. 3
3.
times.
You've used it 3 times.
Or 4. 4, because I used it as practice for you.
Oh, that's right. Once.
Not filmed. I used it 4 times.
And there's a lot of stuff that we do play that we don't film. Oddly enough, I think I tend to do better when I'm not on camera. But that's neither here nor there. And then I've got a Superstar Destroyer list I'm kind of playing with. I really kind of want to play the Superstar Destroyer in an 800-point game. I just think that'd be fun.
That would take 8 hours to record.
It would.
When we played a 1,200 point game once, or was it 16? It was an ungodly.
No, I think we only jumped to 1,200. That's when at my place we were cross.
Yeah, so that was
yeah.
an impressive game, and that took us 6 hours. I can only imagine how long it would take to record one of those 12. I would be so
It
tired.
would be 12, but it'd probably be 8 to 10.
Yeah, because our pivotal battle took us about 10 hours to record.
Yeah, and that was a lot of ships.
But yeah, that was only like 750.
Yeah.
Oof, that sounds exhausting. It would be a lot of fun.
That would clearly be a live stream.
I
Or
don't know. I don't
several
know if
live
anyone
streams.
wants to sit through 8 hours
Yeah,
of that.
good point.
Holy cow.
That would be an edited down video. So let's see. Still waiting on an MC30 to finish my Rebels collection. They're great. I've started really playing with them. I'm beginning to like them. Yeah, I agree though. It'd be nice to have some reprints. Ken, ever fly a bunch of disc cap Raiders? Not Raiders. Victories, yes, but not Raiders. That'd be an interesting thing to fly. Although
Which ships?
Raiders don't have
I've been thinking about ideas to making them work,
Raiders.
but they explode if you like look at them wrong.
Yeah, and that's true. The fighters will eat Raiders up quick.
Yes.
Um,
Even though they're designed to be anti-fighter ships, what kills them fast
Is
is
fighters.
What also kills them fast is ships. They just
Mhm.
explode.
yeah, they're almost not. They're fast.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can prevent yourself from being tabled with them. Maybe.
I don't know. I'll have to come up with a list.
We would like to see a battle of SSD versus Riken Aces.
We could do that.
We could probably do that.
I have a Riken Aces list.
I could put together an SSD list.
Yeah.
That might be a possibility. Nifta's, I think you were the one that originally wanted the Onager Interdictor list, and you got that yesterday, so.
So if going back to after thinking about it,
Yeah.
so that list, if I were to redo it, I'd probably drop an Interdictor,
Mhm.
add in a Gazanti, and then add a bunch of fighters up to like 100 points.
To
of
yesterday's
fighters.
list?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what fighters I would add, but I would
Well,
add fighters.
Jendon and Maarek.
Well, yes, that's the start of all Imperialists, and then probably just I love decimators with that type of thing.
Yeah,
because it's just annoying.
Decimators would be fun.
So, yeah, I think I would do something like that.
Mhm.
I'd have to run to see how add up, but yes.
2 Liberties on a Rebellion in the Rim. Yeah, you could do that. The Star Cruisers, I think, because the other one I think is above 100 points.
It's 102.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be nasty. Wouldn't be able to put much at the beginning, but it'd be interesting to see. And then depending on what your opponent brings. I thought it'd be fun to do 2 victories in a Rebellion in the Rim.
103, and then 96. So you could put one of each,
Yeah.
and have 1 point to spare.
So what you do for 1 point?
That's worth it?
Yeah, not much.
No.
Performance anxiety. Yeah, you're right. PLT 998. Can't do well in front of camera. I know how Will Wheaton feels on tabletop now. Raiders need red dice. Yes. Yes, they do. John has, of course you have a Riken Ace list, yes.
So it's like 2 ship though. I don't like playing it.
Yeah.
I that Price Thrawn 2 ship combo I feel is dirty, and Riken is my most hated commander. If I could remove one commander from the game, it would be Riken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like just full out ban. Because he's been nerfed like 3 times, and he's still like one of the most powerful commanders.
No, he just keeps stuff from dying too long. It's,
Yeah.
well, maybe there's a nerf for him in the upgrade pack. We'll find out.
We will see.
Ken should play a rogues-based list. It's funny you mention that, because I've got a rogues-based list that I almost brought today, but we decided to do the themed list for today.
That will probably be in one of our next Armada episode videos, though. I think that's going to come out. The only thing I'm going to spoil on that is that I'm using a gate as a commander.
I actually like my gate. It'll be interesting.
I haven't used her yet, so it'll be interesting for me to check her out.
Well, what's the power level of that so I can make an appropriate list?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
I got to figure that one out. Subpar. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's me, so subtract 5 from it, probably like a 2.
Don't give yourself enough credit.
Actually, that'll probably be a decent list.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Let's see. Yeah, we have 3 wishes, right? Yes, Nifta, we all have 3 wishes. We've given you, I think, 2, so we'll give you your 3rd, maybe. Skull, both liberties with 96 points on leading shots on both. There we go. Leading shots on liberties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Then what commander upgrade do you start with? If you go, you need to get to
Master
the second
Gunner.
one. If you get to the second tier, you can add a blue dice into. Oh, time out. Sorry. Now we're building Rebellion on the Rib
Yeah.
list on stream.
This is what you guys have us doing. Thinking.
Okay, Ion Technician. While a friendly ship is attacking, it may add 1 blue dice to its attack pool. If it does, remove 1 dice from the attack pool. Yeah, you can do that, and then you can leading shots. That's a tier 2, though, so you would have to start somewhere else.
Well, you got to do the tier 1 for it.
Yeah.
Then after one game, you got it. Or navigation.
I would probably go Ambush Gunner 2, and Ion Technician would be a decent thing for that fleet. That's what I would do if I were doing that.
And we've hit the end of our stream. Or chat, anyways. I think that's probably going to wrap us up also.
Okay.
So this has been what we've been doing for Gen Con. So we're not doing an Armada live stream tomorrow. We're actually going to jump and help out the rest of our folks with our Alpha Strike live stream. So if you guys are interested to Battletech or Alpha Strike, feel free to jump over there.
So, just a little thing on that. We're going to do Alpha Strike for the first time on our channel, and I believe this is going to be one of the largest battles ever recorded on YouTube.
You might be right.
So we're both going to bring 16 mechs, so a company plus a command company, to a battle, and it's going to be a bloodbath of things blowing up immediately.
That's true. So
And
that'll be interesting.
It's going to be amazing. So tune in for that. We haven't decided what objective we're going to play yet, but it's going to be nice. It's going to be pretty mechs, and then there are going to be a bunch of exploded mechs.
Yep.
It's going to be very fast to explode. 32 units on the table.
It'll be an interesting live stream. Probably be 3-4 hours.
Yep. So we're excited. So come back and check us out then.
Now, the other thing that we're going to note, Skull's going to watch Battletech. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I think we're starting at 10?
Yes.
Yeah, that way we can sleep in a little bit. Again, we're not doing any more Armada this weekend. And for those of you only interested on the Armada side, we are going to take next weekend off. So there will be no new video on Friday. However, you guys are getting 2 Armada episodes this weekend, plus a Battletech one. We need a break. So
Yeah.
next Friday there'll be nothing, but we'll be back to regular videos in 2 weeks from today.
So, okay.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully we'll see some of the rest of you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And you've been... Sorry.
This is why we record multiple things normally.
I'm Ken.
I'm John, and you've been watching Ion Radio.